check, Chuffy. Check, Chuffy. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. Doody, doody, do. Doody, doody, do. Doody, do. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Doody, doody, do. Let's bring my camera up a bit. Doody, doody, do. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? 1, 2, check 2. Doody, doody, do. Someone, where's what's her name? Is it Anaphylaxis? Where's Anaphylaxis in chat? Doody, doody, do. Lovely to see all you green faces in chat. Sorry if you're a grey face and you feel I'm offending you. I'm also appreciative of everyone who comes to these streams and shares them. Not everyone who is a green has paid for it. You get gifted memberships as well, so the lucky ones get to go green. Big ups, Joan. He's stoned as well. It's the way to go. It's the way to roll. Big ups all you chuffers. Let me see if I can gift any more members right now. I've got 10 gifted memberships to give this month, so stick around this channel today. I'll gift out another 5. I'm hopefully going to see somebody who was looking for a membership who said they couldn't afford to support. I'm looking for them in chat, and if they do pop up, I'll give the memberships at that time. Hope they get them. Chill. Right, listen, you can see me now, you can hear me now. So I'm going to start with a song. You like it when I start with a song? Let's start with a song.
If a man was singing karaoke with little kids on stool behind the scenes, would you call him a pedophile? If they were all Asian kids, if man had an agency to sell escorts, men and women, boys and girls, would you call him a pedophile? It's intimate knowledge of what age the pedos want them and how they operate. It's admitting to searching for child prawns on the internet. Would you call that a pedophile? If a man was caught searching Google for mother licks come off a daughter's face, would you call him a pedophile?
Whoa, interrupt the song. Big ups, Red Fan. Thank you for the 50. Well, you've probably done 50 over the time, haven't you? 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Red Fan, for the gifted memberships. And look at how many greens there are now. You're all basically green now, so no one can fucking complain. Thank you very much, Red Fan. Thank you. We'll get into some stuff tonight. You know that some people want it. So.
If he said it was research,
Get into some shit tonight.
If he said it was research,
We'll get in the shit tonight.
locking underage girls in a pub, he ran trips to Thailand pictures with lady boys, a general fascination with dead kids on the internet. Sell them the pictures like pizza orders to America. Burning hard drives, would you call that a pedophile? Admitting to taking candid iPhone snaps of strangers in public places on public beaches, would you call that a pedophile?
I fucking would. Big ups, Reprobate Jess. You are now green. You are now green. That's not who I was looking out for. There was someone else in a comment. We might get to it. We might not. We might get to it. We might not. It might be for another time. Get all the sauce out of the bottle. Get all the sauce out of the bottle. Okay, so let's start tonight with... obviously, listen, there's been a splinter group of former Mimps, and now they're acting like Alan's spanners, okay? I'm not happy with a week of attacks, and the less said about that, the better. But I have said, like, you know, an hour or two's conversational topic. This all came up because a week ago on Twitch, me and Curious Cat were just chatting about how to deal with trolls. The conversation turned to Discord. You know, I just gave some advice generally about how to deal with trolls, and obviously a little bit of conversation came up. I did fiercely defend Slinky Socks and state that she was really very, what's the word, loyal, and it led to a like there was other things I said as well, but she did that community post. It led to all this like spill out nonsense. It's been going on for a while behind the scenes, I reckon. Like there's a whole subtext to it all. I'm not going to get into it too deep now, but I tried to talk in Trisha's chat again today and I found myself banned, so I used an alt account to chat. I told them it was me and I got banned again, so I used a different alt account. That's not me being trolling. It's exactly what happened in Bin Bin's chat when I went there. I just want to say hello. I'm a member, been very supportive. You're now throwing me under the bus, and you don't want me to have my voice here, yeah? And you certainly do want me to go mad on my YouTube and cause trouble, and I'm not into that shit, right? I'm not trolling people. I do have a lot of YouTube accounts. I do, yeah, I do. And when I'm on them and I'm someone else and I want people to know it's me, I'll say, hi, it's Scott. I said, hi, it's Scott in the chat, so they banned me, right? The less said about all that nonsense, the better, but we'll see what comes up with that in the future. Listen, I never liked numerology. On Super Chuffer over there, on Super Chuffer, I never liked numerology. I've never been big on tarot and woo magic. Over on Super Chuffer, when it came up, when Trisha's name first came up, I poo-pooed it outright. I was like, I don't know who she is, don't want anything to do with it, numerology's rubbish. Yeah? Like, I gave a wide sort of, okay, everyone can have their feelings and opinions. We know what it's like on Super Chuffer. Everyone's welcome. I'm not going to say, because we don't agree, you're banned. Like, numerologists can come and enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? Like, so, but numerology, yeah, right, numerology is not, in my opinion, something that I'm down with. Then I gave it all of, like, you know, a nice sort of, it's entertainment, I enjoy it. She does the cards at Alan, you know, that, like, for her. Like, but everyone else, she'll know. I was like, no, I'm not into it. And I'm not into it, right? So like many people on YouTube, like many people, I'm not into it. Numerology, like if you ask YouTube about it, there's a lot of this stuff saying it's a scam and it's fake and it's a scam. So we might look into that further, right? What I intend to do today is to address something that came up just on a stream that has absolutely shocked me and kind of sickened me, and someone's made a little video about it as well, so we can look at one of my new I've got like Alan's, it's like they're Alan Spanners basically, the Mean Girls people, and they're now my trolls. So we've got one of them who's made this video to sort of poke at this particular point. That's what this live stream's all about, right? So we've got, is Alan a ped? Is Alan a ped? Are we going to switch? We're going to switch up and turn on Super Chuffer. I get that, fine, whatever, right? But you're going to switch up and defend Alan against Scott saying he's a ped, right? Okay. We can discuss that. I've wanted to do this for ages. As you all know, I've wanted to do an episode where we'll call this study group. Today, what will probably happen is today's episode, we're going to investigate whether Alan's a paedophile, I guess, study group. And then what we're going to do is we're going to probably archive this as members content. So there's loads of you greens in here. You're here now for it. Rather than make it a member stream only, what I'm thinking of doing is just archiving it as members, editing it all down, because I've always wanted there to be a really good video that says, hang on, wait, this, that's why we're saying it. Yeah? I've always wanted there to be that video, and there are lots of little videos out there, right? But, big ups Battlecat. What did I do? I know. It's narcissistic to say I don't know what I did. What I did was I banned the people from. We had that all that. Oh, don't start it again. Let's not do that again. We all know it was months ago. Like, I'm not doing it on YouTube. I'm not having community posts that I put up and moaning about people. I'm not going into all that again. If you want to know like how I felt about it, go and watch the Twitch things that'll be up for like 2 weeks maximum and then gone. Just, it's silly. It's silly. I don't personally feel that I've done anything really up to the level of warranted, or not, you know, up to the point of being arrested. But no, not really. I don't think I'm. I think I'm being maliciously attacked by people who wanted to sort of steal chuffers from the group so that it could bolster their own bank accounts and their own status. Like, you know, I'm not asked. Oh yeah, here's another point. Just quickly, I didn't mention it. I should have said this. Listen, most people think numerology and tarot is a scam. Yeah, I will not ask you for money. I've never asked anyone for money on the internet. Okay, I'm not going to be asking you to sign up to a website. I'm not going to be asking you to pay for an additional service. I'm not going to be asking for your date of birth online. Okay, none of that stuff is important to me. Okay, I'm not asking you for. This isn't a mechanism for you to be funneled into becoming a customer for my service. You know, that's not what this is. Okay, so I think the other day I said, someone chatted in Twitch about numerology, and I think that really stung someone as well, because they asked my opinion. I gave it to them. I'll give it to you again in the future. But really, what would, you know, that's a side thing, right? It's Key Spills in the chat. Okay, well, you can talk in a minute. I'm going to explain it for you, Keys, so you can understand it, because you've obviously managed to misread this very publicly to twist it to make me look bad. So we're going to talk about it. I've always wanted that to be this video of Alan's discretions, so that we can say, oh, don't worry, you know, it's all this stuff. Look at that video. there it all is. Now, there's lots of good videos. There's Val's videos, there's Lizzie's videos, you know, there's Martin's videos. There's lots of good videos out there with Alan's indiscretion. So tonight, I intend to look at some of them while we pick out all the bits of evidence. What I want to do is to be able to say, right, point one, this, and I've said it in the camera. I'll come back and I'll edit it all off the video, and I'll make a really neat, concise video, and that'll go up. But first, we need to deal with this thing, yeah? First, we need to deal with this thing. So, which one do you want first? Do you want whether people are attacking and they're defending? Keys, if you calm down, you can talk, yeah? If you calm down, you can talk, or you could just get straight up blocked. Like, Alan Spanners, that's what you bunch of mean girls are now. You're Alan Spanners, and you're huddled around like somebody who is asking for you to financially go onto their website so they can financially get you to do a certain... Like I just explained, I'm not going to ask for your date of birth. I'm not going to ask for your private details. I don't want to get into your personal lives. I'm going to be doing my shows, and like, you know, whatever people think about whatever else, that's up to them. We're going to deal with this thing now, which is defending what I consider... Right, we'll talk about the pedo thing now, yeah? Right. Good. First of all, because this is quite important, I can't believe you're going to throw away your principles for shit like this. Because every one of those people that's having a pop at me now was all on the bandwagon going, oh, Alan's fucking this and Alan's that. Alan's that, this and that, making all the memes and, you know, supporting all tippies and all that, you know. Right, what is a paedophile? First of all, this is important. Because I think we should defend kids against bad people. A paedophile is a sexual perversion in which kids are the preferred sexual object. Specifically, a psychiatric disorder in which an adult has sexual fantasies about or engages in sexual acts with a prepubescent child. So if someone's thinking about a child in sex fantasies, they're a paedophile. Are we agreed? Let's do that in chat first. Let's have a poll. Let's engage with the audience. Let's see who's a paedophile and who's not. Is this a good definition of pedo? I mean, this is an insane stream, isn't it? Start poll. How am I ended up doing this? All right, switch to live chat so everything's on the chat. We're going to do this in my order, in the way I want to do it, Keys, thank you. What's the definition of a paedophile? Is this a good definition of a paedophile? A sexual perversion in which children are the preferred sexual object. It doesn't mean they have to actually go out and touch children, but if they fantasize and engage in fantasies about children, they're a paedophile. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm happy with that as a definition. It's out of the dictionary. So, like, who am I to argue with the dictionary? Yeah. AD will be loving this, exactly, Robert. He will. But he won't end up like, you know, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to, like, solid strong. It's sad, but I was naive. Okay, I was naive. I was too open-minded, and I shouldn't have opened that door. From day one, I should have just been like, no, I don't really think numerology and tarot is something I want to promote. I was naive. Right. So we've got that. We've got the paedophile thing, right? Let's go back to, because Keys was really eggy about this. So Super Chuffer has posted this. And when she says Super Chuffer's posted this, she means she's gone through my Twitter for years and years. This is 2021. Okay? Like, we're now digging through whatever I've said in the past to try and make me look bad and twist things in public. Okay? So everyone knows what that looks like. So I'm less worried about what people are going to dig through and find, because they make themselves look bad by the way they behave. They're behaving like a clique of mean girls. They're behaving like Alan Spanners. So I don't have to worry they're doing this in public. I think you'll all agree with what I say here. So I'll promote it as well. It's unfair to say victims. Obviously, this is taken out of context, isn't it? Because you don't know what we're talking about. But there's some context in what I've said, so at least it will, you know, because this is years ago. You don't know who or what we're talking about. It's unfair to say victims if we have no evidence of a crime, any crime. It is important. We might ruin the life of an innocent man. You can't just say he's creepy, therefore he's a pedo. It's not fair. You understand the Asperger's affects how he is perceived and how he perceives. I can't remember what this is about. I'm not going to dig into my old tweets to see what this is. This has probably been seen like 10 times, like in 2021, I don't know. But I was probably having a conversation with someone about someone who's got Asperger's, and he's being called a paedophile. And I said that we should be careful and we should gather evidence, because you can't just say he's a paedophile, you need the evidence. So you can't say there's been any victims if there's been no crimes. Like, whatever this specific was. And should I go through the old tweet and find out what the specific is? I think it makes sense on its own anyway. I think it makes sense on its own, right? So let's go into this.
Morals? Are you there?
Yeah, I do have morals. Yeah, I fucking do. I'll stand by them.
You understand the Asperger's effects.
Like, that was what I just read out. So now Alan's done Tiptoe Through the Tulips like a nonce. Oh my God. I've put up a video saying Alan Vinnicom's done... Yes, I have. I've done that. Children sing with Alan Vinnicom on Smule. Alan Vinnicom, like, you know, nonce paedophile, yeah? I've put that up, yeah? I've done that. Like, here's me doing the song. Obviously, this is comedy, so there's a bit of a comedic edge to it, isn't there? But... he's such a noncer. Noncer, he is. He is a noncer. I'll stand by that and we'll talk about it today. So, this one, which has deliberately been twisted out as well, this is a song against Eddie Vinyl Break. You've all seen it and heard it on Centuries. This is a song against Eddie Vinyl Break, in which I'm saying Eddie's Vinyl Break had a Mixcloud where he was putting up radio shows, and some of the radio shows were people that were done in Utree. Those people that were done in Utree were paedophiles. Rolf Harris was a paedophile. Jimmy Savile was a paedophile. Tony Blackburn was not a convicted paedophile, but refused to speak out against paedophiles, and the BBC had to push him away. Okay, Operation Utree happened, and they are bad men, and they are paedophiles. And I wouldn't have a Mixcloud with all of my heroes, my favourite radio DJs, and include a load of paedophiles. So the comedy song stands. Stick it up your ass. It's not one rule for me and everyone else, Keys. I'm explaining it for you. Okay? You are Alan Spanners over on a channel. I'm not asking people to go on my website and give me money for a service. I'm not, like, we can talk about the validity of numerology in a minute, in a little bit. That's not what today's episode is about, but we can talk about that. You should look into it. Okay? But it's not one rule for me and one for anyone else. This is one rule. If you want to say it's one rule for me and everyone else, you show me on Smule singing with kids. Let's go through Alan's list. The next thing is to say, is Alan really a pedo then? Am I right in saying this? I didn't call Eddie a pedo. I said all his heroes were pedos. Yeah, you're deliberately twisting it. And if all your heroes are pedos, you look well fucking noncy anyway. Fucking old Utree bastards. Stick it up your arse. What you really want to do is to try and get me angry and like point fingers at me and try and be the mean girls because you're left adrift now. That's what it is. You know you've made the mistake and now you're left adrift. That's what it is. It's sad, basically. Hello, Laura. Laura, I hope you're okay. I don't take extreme positive praise as well as it comes across like deliberate trolling as well, to be honest. But it's nice, thank you. So, yeah, he had a convicted sex offender. Like, we'll go through it, because these people, in a stream just a minute ago, and I'm not going to show you Trisha's stream, because she'll copyright strike me, and she's getting eggy already. Like, I've had enough of this shit. It feels like Alan and the Spanners again. The other week she was listening to me while she was streaming. Now we've got this. Now we're saying they won't talk badly about Alan and won't call him a paedophile. That's wrong to do. What Scott did was wrong. They were all there in the stream supporting it. What Scott did was wrong. Okay? What Scott did was wrong. So we'll see if what Scott did was wrong. We'll just deal with it head on. Why not? Like, the silly stuff, the Mean Girls stuff, I'm not going to deal with any of that head on. There's no point. It's just silly Mean Girls. They're going to try and pick at you in chat. They're going to try and pick off one by one. There's already people who they're going to be like, big ups BCTV. There's already floating voters who they're going to be glomming onto and this and that. Like, you all know who I am. You've been here a long time. Like, it's up to you what you do. I'm not going to fight that game of petty, like, behind the scenes Mean Girls politics, snaring people, because ultimately I've got I've got better things to be doing, but it's not who I am. It's not who I am. Big ups, Seaman. Do pedos play games for kids? Look up their skirts and should look in the mirror. What skirts? What, on a computer game like Genshin Impact? Genshin Impact is not for kids. You're stupid. It's one of the most popular games in the world. You're coming at this with a very naive attitude. And if you want to say silly things, you can get banned. Right, there you go. Scott wears his sister's dress. Okay, you're banned. Because that's just at the level of, like, we can't discuss it because you can't discuss with stupid. So, hi Jews are by seamen. Right? What a fucking stupid thing to say. And it wouldn't matter if I did wear a dress. Like, wearing dresses is fine. Like... That's pathetic. It's trolling. Literally coming here to troll me in that way is trolling. I've never done any trolling like that. I tried to talk to people about why you know, what is the chip on your shoulder. I know what it is now. I could see it in public. You're doing it in public. So, you know, you're all together as a group because you came to my streams and you watched and you enjoyed and things were going well and you like that. So now you've still got that. So go away and have it with your own little group of spanners on that other stream, yeah? You do that. Make different contents. Keely, I make all sorts of content. Get over it. You don't tell me what to do. Listen, we're going to talk about whether Alan's a paedophile because you've defended him. You've said that you shouldn't call him a paedophile. You've said you should. Keely is now on the side of Alan with the spanners in terms of whether Alan should be called a nonce on the internet. Yeah, we've got this debate going on now. Should Alan be called a nonce on the internet? Nonce, paedophile, I'm going to say interchangeable, colloquial terminology. How about that? Interchangeable colloquial terminology. What that means, Keely, is that they're basically the same word and it's what people say round and around the way. It's the way they speak, okay? So this is quite important because now we've got a bunch of people who seemed to be my friends on the internet who are now going around saying something that I really don't agree with, right? I really don't agree with it. And like, I think it's quite important to bring it out. So, okay, I'm a bit like, whoa, oh my God, whoa, what's going on? Trisha and her friends, like making videos. Trisha's been talking about me today. They're eggy now because, well, the new one is that Scott said Alan was a pedo. You could never call someone a pedo in public, not without hard evidence. It's terrible what Scott did. You could ruin his life. You could ruin his life. It's to make me look bad and to stand on the side of the nonce. So pick your battles. This is one that I've decided to pick, eh? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? So let's have it, right? Is Alan a nonce? I'm going to play the song one more time for everyone who's just turned up, because this kind of sums it up a little bit in my brain, but I want to get all the clips so that we can edit them together and make a good... Out of this, we will come out of this with something good. And what we'll come out with is like a really solid 15 minutes of this is what he did in order.
If a man was singing karaoke with little kids on stool behind the scenes, would you call him a pedophile? If they were all Asian kids, if man had an agency to sell escorts, men and women, boys and girls, would you call him a pedophile? It's intimate knowledge of what age the pedos want them and how they operate. It's admitting to searching for child porns on
If you can keep your head.
Keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when mean girls are spreading poo ha ha big ups.
Yeah.
Keep being you.
Thank you.
Super Chuffer owes 5 hugs.
Thank you for reminding me what exists in my heart. Like, thank you. Like, thank you. I'm not going to deal with every bit of tittle-tattle in the comments here, yeah? But clearly, Keely, you are a little bit more obsessed than just 5 minutes of content, aren't you? Because it's been going on for a week now. You've set up channels, and you're a little bit heavy-handed with all of this. It's obviously been going on behind the scenes in the Discord. He said this, he's done this, he said that. And it's obviously being wound up. People who benefit from it, well, there's obviously 2 ringleaders at the moment who quite seriously benefit from it. One of them financially benefiting, and the other one with like a status social group thing benefit. And I'm saying, welcome to it. Keep it. Yeah? Keep it. So the definition of paedophile we have agreed on. I'm going to end the poll there. The definition of paedophile. I saw what Jess said, like, nonce yes, but paedophile maybe not. The problem is that paedophile, like I said, we're never going to prove that someone fantasizes about children. I don't think that's hard to prove, but I suppose what you need to do if we're doing court, it's not court, this is public opinion court, kangaroo court, whatever, but what you need to do is you need to just make a decision in your mind as the jury about what's most likely, isn't it? Like, that's all we can ever do. And before, when I first met Alan on the internet, I had no inclination of any of this. I was critiquing him on his content creation, and this really came to there were the, you know, I had him as a sleaze. We've got the Thailand photos, haven't we? We've got the Thailand photos, for example.
So I sing with kids on mule, not a good look, such a fool. change the case, why aren't they thinking
That's him in the hotel.
I paid for
There it is. The Thailand photo. So we all agreed he's a pervert. That's a baseline, yeah? That's a baseline. I agree with you, Jess, basically. At that point, I was 100% on that. Like, he's obviously a sleazy, dirty pervert. But when you go out to Thailand, like, there are different things you can get there. And it's not just... Like, there's pervert and then there's, like, special Thailand sex party pervert, isn't there? Like, you can be a pervert in Amsterdam and you're having sex with grown-up women. I don't want to say anything, but that's where I intend to go at the nearest opportunity with the marijuana. It's mainly the marijuana. But, like, but do you know what I mean? Like, there's different levels of, like, this. And what I'm saying about paedophile is sexual fantasies about children. That's something that I want to make sure is, like, our sort of... We've decided it in chat already. That's our, like, cross line. Not everyone's going to agree, but this is... You know, we had Alan as a horrible sleazo, but then what happened with me is we were watching this. I've still got it recorded. It still exists. I haven't publicized it because when we did it on Twitch, I thought we've got to take this down. I can't leave this up. It's got all kids' names in it. It's got all actual pictures of kids. Like, we didn't blur it. I couldn't. It was live on the internet. I found this on his Smule, and he was singing with kids. And this isn't like he said pre-recorded and all this and that, right? He, like, big up Sally, yeah, he talking about Maddie and all that. Like, this is what we need, is the full list. So, like, he was singing with kids. This is a step over a line that anyone would ever cross. To have 3 kids in the room at the same time, to do it twice, because there were 2 songs he did it on. So, like, we don't see all the others he deleted or whatever else. We know he's got VIP status. You know, we talked about this a lot. I suppose I need to talk it all through again in this video. I don't know how to put it on my edit video, but he was singing on the internet on an app that's used by other paedophiles, absolute guaranteed used by other paedophiles.
I sent tippies. Alan defended and tried justifying what a grown man did to a child. I was there 4 years ago watching that stream. Alan defended and tried justifying what a man did to a child. I was there 4 years ago when he said it. Anyone who defends that has those tendencies, IMO.
Thank you very much.
Super Chuffer 06 hugs.
Thank you very much for the tippies. Thank you. Are they not coming through automatically in chat? Is it not reading out in chat? That's weird. Oh no, it does it on Super Chuffer, not here, does it? Thank you for the tippies. I agree with that. Like, I wasn't there 4 years ago, but I agree with that. You know, that's where I'm at. So I'm going to say that's, for me, that is already enough. That's a paedophile. That's someone who's having sexual fantasies about children. You've got to take into account as well, this video was recorded 3 years ago during lockdown while he was doing his shows on the internet. And you've got a rough schedule for Alan on the internet during that time. You've got, like, a sort of pattern of behaviour of his waking and his sleeping and this and that. I can't tell when it is, but it's light outside. Is this early in the morning, late in the day, in the middle of the day? When is he doing this? And what sort of man is doing this at this time? My prediction is late night. It's now become daytime, still awake, maybe high, maybe drunk, making some very strange decisions. And we also confirmed that with the phone, we saw it in one of his streams, that when he's using the phone, he puts it down in front of him, on the desk in front of him. And that position of this video, the way he's doing it, the phone has been placed down in front of him. So he's got his hands free. Take that as evidence to the police then. Sorry, Keely, we're on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Ed Keely. And this is about what you want to throw at me, which is you can't possibly say this man's a paedophile. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Don't be pedantic and silly. You know that this is silly and you're looking bad. Okay? I think you look bad by defending Alan. And I think you're all doing it to try and make me look bad, to try and make some imaginary lines in the sand that you never crossed. But you all did. You all crossed them yourself. You all did it. And it's just another nail in the hate campaign that's making all those, what I'm going to call ex-mimps, I'm going to call them spanners. I'm going to call them the new spanners. You know? You're making yourselves look like the new spanners. The point was Scott's a hypocrite. In what way am I a hypocrite? How am I a hypocrite? What? Because I'm a nonce. Is that what you're saying? Hello? What do you mean? I'm saying to multiple people in the past not to accuse someone with proof. No. In the past, I'm saying there's a man with Asperger's and you need evidence to make these accusations. I was defending a man with Asperger's against accusations that were unfounded. Or I might have been saying, let's look for the proof and then let's go after him. Like, that might have been what I was saying. I can't remember exactly what the context was because you haven't shown it. But I'm pretty sure that it's different from, look at this man singing with children. Nonce. This is the evidence, Keely. We're going to go through it all tonight, and you'll be proved wrong. And it's not just you. You represent this like group that have got whipped up, like they're in your ear. Like, where is this venom coming from? You know, where's this venom coming from? Where's the venom coming from? Why so mad? And if this was such a problem, Keely, why not a problem weeks and months ago when it was actually a thing that we did on the internet? Why did you support it all that time? Like, you obviously didn't like it, but you were there supporting it. It seems like it suits you now to do this twist. And so this is a twist and a spin that's going to sort of make Scott look bad and make us look whiter than white. Maybe, you know, if Trisha's scared that Alan's going to sue people, maybe she's scared that she might sue. Oh, I never said he was a paedophile. You know? It seems fucking weird to me, but this is a particular point that when we're talking about the protection of kids on the internet, I'm dismayed, to be honest. So I think it's spurred in me the idea that I've always wanted to do this video, so why don't we do it? So there we go, right? The first thing is where I discovered Alan being Nancy. So like I said, it wasn't one song. This video is 11 minutes long, and there are 3 children in the first song. They are all there in the live room at the same time. He did another song, it's not in this video. There were 2. I've recorded it. In the other video, in the other song, there's no video to it.
Tippies. For madness.
Big ups, Bizzle.
Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Big ups, Bizzle. Thank you. So that alerted me to the fact that this man was Nancy, a paedophile in colloquial terminology or dictionary definition, a sexual perversion. Sex object is a child. And I think what he was doing in these videos was utilising these children as sex objects. I think he was getting perverse thrills out of it in some way by having them in the room, by looking at them. I don't know what happened after the video. I don't know, like, because what happens with these, like, there's a video on YouTube that proves it. We don't have, like, we're not proving the Smule thing now. That's past, isn't it? Everyone understands that it's true. What happens is you open up the Smule app and you do your live room and people come in and join and you can talk to them. And then you say, right, we're ready to record the song now. So recording, and it gets recorded from the song. And then you say, finished, and you finish the song. That was a great song you all did. You all did really well. Like, you know, you're still there in the room, in the live room. That bit's not recorded. The ability to message the children as a VIP, that bit we don't see. The links that people on these apps have to the other paedophiles on the app, that I'm not saying that you can guarantee Alan's a paedophile because he uses the app or anyone. But, I mean, I didn't say that at the time. But we have looked into it, and there are reports from doctors commissioned by the government that prove that Smule and other apps like it are used and infected by paedophiles. So you're angry that I ripped into Andy. Okay? Andy ripped into me first, caused a big problem, took the group, separated, segmented it. Like, of course I'm not happy. I haven't ripped into her. Right, I've been. The thing that I said in the first place was about trolls in the Discord. And that's what kicked it. Keely, get it in order, right? A week ago, I was talking to Curious Cat. I made an innocuous comment about stuff, and I realised I'm talking about this Discord stuff from way back that split the group. Yeah, the fact that I didn't want to have sexual content in the Discord. The fact that when it came to a judgment, I said no, we're not having. This is the clear line. They came to me, Andy, Slinky, right? Dover and Dolly's mom's in the same room as well. My mod chat, we've got problems. There was someone making sex comments, they've just been banned out of our chat, in the Discord. Was it appropriate or not? I ruled, no, I don't want it in the Discord, I don't want that there, that's inappropriate. Andy and Slinky were not happy with that. They were on the one side, me and Dover were on the others, right? The other thing that was a problem, Slinky said we're getting lots of trolls in the Discord. We have a big list of people, we want to ban them all. If you don't talk in the Discord, or if you're this or you're that, we want them gone. And I said, I don't want a YouTube Stasi like that. What I want is just an open Facebooky sort of forum place. If someone is over the line and they're saying the wrong things, get rid. But I don't think we need to start spy on everyone, because you can't spy on everyone. Some people will get through the net. Like, I'm in Discords like Detractor Beam, and I'm their big friend, and I never talk in the Discord. And if they banned me, I'd be disappointed. But I'm in there, I look in the Discord, but I don't really talk in it. You know, so there'd be people that got banned. I don't want that happening. And the other thing is, you can't ban all the trolls. I put the Discord link out all the time. People will get in again, and you'll spend your life like sniping and spying. And it's not supposed to be like that feeling. Just accept that some people might see things on the Discord that's publicly posted. Just accept that it's the internet, and you have to just, you know, roll with it a bit. We don't get any more trolling anymore. Those people left. The bottom line was they were unhappy and they left. And I stuck by Slinky and said she's fiercely law. She's a good person. I haven't said bad things about her. This conversation happened about a week ago in my Twitch, yeah? And then what happened was Slinky did a community post. It was slightly inaccurate in points. I've not took it apart and had a big go about it. We're not really having a conversation about it here. I don't want her to feel bad. I still think she's a good person, right? I'm not so sure about what's going on now, but like, fucking hell. Like, but I basically perceived at that time back then that there was this social divide going on. And I think that some people came to our stream, like one person in particular, as you say, I've had a go at Andy. I think they came to our stream. They literally asked to become a mod. Like, they literally saw what was going on. The group and all that was part of it, fine. But they weren't happy with their position as someone in the chat. So they asked to be a mod. I got petitioned by Slinky, can we have Andy as a mod? So I said, okay, if you want her as a mod, we can have her as a mod. From there, things started to go downhill. We had the problem with the sex thing in the Discord. It's all been resolved. Okay? I think she was happy to take a group of people and have that group of friends. And like, if that's what she wanted to achieve, fine. It doesn't seem like that's where it's going to stop, does it? Doesn't seem like that's where it's going to stop. They want to keep escalating and keep causing problems. If I mention any of that, it turned into a huge drama for Ago on YouTube. We had to have community posts, and now we started making, I made some funny songs about Eddie, expecting Eddie to make some funny songs about me. I didn't expect all of my old friends to start making some horrible songs saying I was a lonely, nasty person. Like, for fuck's sake. Are you all right? So that's where that's gone, Keely. That's how that's happened. We all know it. We can all see it. It's been a week's worth of attacks on me now, and it isn't stopping. Like, they're amping it up. It's got to the point where I'm now a bad man for calling Alan a paedophile. Like, hello? Hello? Alan, are you in chat? Alan, is that you? Wait. Alan, is that you? I'd love if it was Alan. I'd love if it was. Obviously, Alan used to call me Larry, but am I being paranoid now? You know, am I being gaslit by people that used to be my friends? Oh no. Was that whole Super Bluffer thing where people said, I'm Super Bluffer and I'm Super Bluffer, and someone came into my chat that used to be my friend and pretended to be Super Bluffer, and then they said they weren't Super. I was being gaslit for a week. They're nice people. Like, come on, I can see it. Everyone can see it. So, like, they've made a big thing of it on YouTube, and I didn't want to because I think it's petty. You've just done it in my chat, and I've just fucking laid it out for you. That's where we're at. You can sum it up in 10 minutes. Mean Girls. Except I think there's a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and they've got more of an agenda now. Like, Trisha obviously benefits financially by selling her services. Like, there's that for her. Like, I'm not going to ask you for your date of birth. I'm not going to ask you for any details. I'm not going to ask you for, like, you know, a fucking driver's license to get on the Discord. It's not that deep. Just chill out. Just chill out. And I didn't want to turn this into a big YouTube drama either, because listen, I'm not the drama. I'm not, like, this is not to me in my life dramatic, but to them it is this big, and like, it feeds the fire, doesn't it? It feeds the fire. So they've come in today into my chat, specifically Keely then, to feed the fire. Like, to pretend to not understand. She knows all about it. She knows all about it. So, alright, there you go. The Mean Girls ditched my sad ass. Yeah, big ups Floydie, they did. And I'm glad they did. They can go. In fact, like, they said they wanted to leave, so I was like, good luck with yourselves. I'm happy for you to leave. I'm going to say nice things about you. That took a while. That was like 6 months ago. We haven't had problems. Like, well, it wasn't 6 months ago, but, you know, do you know what I mean? Why has it become a problem? Because they won't fucking shut up about it, Floydie. They won't shut up about it. They've still got the chips on the shoulder. To this day, now, to this point. So should we get back to this point? Because this is a critical, like, you can twist and you can turn and you can spin. Like, you can say silly, mean things about me, but I don't think we should be turncoating and traitoring and turncoating on the fact that Alan is a noncer. I can't believe they're doing it. I can't believe they're doing it. They're playing into the hands of this man. They're playing into the hands of the misogynists because it benefits them now. Didn't ask my permission to do it. Floydie, we had a conversation. I said, look, this is the ruling. This is what I think should happen. And they said, I need to think about this. I'm going to have to go away and think about it. And they came way back and they said, I've thought about it. I want to leave. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. And I said, fine then, leave. And then I took them off the spanners and they fucking flipped out. I'm not a spanner anymore. You know, they told me I wasn't going to be a spanner. I don't know what the fuck you on about? You said you wanted to leave. That's enough of that. See how easy it is to counter what you're saying? It's just stupid. Everyone can see it's stupid. There's no point. Like, I haven't done anything mean to anyone. I'm not out here trying to like cause squabbles or inflate fires. Big ups DC Primetime. Like, you know, I'm not here to admit DC Primetime will know as well. I'm not here to try and play sides, and like, if she wants to go in their chat or anyone else, fair enough. Like, it disappoints me. I can't understand why you'd want to, because those people are not very nice people in my opinion. But like, you know, I had to fight for DC Primetime to even get in the Discord. No, she's all right. No, she used to be on Alan's side. Don't ban people just because you're fucking sus. So I'm not going to play this silly nonsense. But it's to my detriment, because sometimes I should stand up in public and you know, confront things and defend my reputation, where people are literally attacking it and trying to use schoolyard tactics to take people. Like, they think that my resource is the money that you people give me. So if we can take them away and steal them onto our side, then, and now I sound paranoid when I talk about it, so we can pop him about that. You know, it's all this nonsense, and it's just fucking, you know, too much. So, Alan, in my opinion, and this is a great example of it, this is where I think it seems so obvious that it can't be denied. Alan has done this. This, in my opinion, is paedophilia. If it was your child and this man was singing with them on the Smule app at like whatever time, whether it's early in the morning or middle of the day or whatever, like, it's not night time, but if the man's singing with them on, if you walk in and this man's doing this, big up Scouse Mouse, thank you for the super chat, thank you. If you walk in, and yeah, Storm in a Teacup, agreed, David Wellings. It's nothing we're going to be talking about in months to come. What's my beef with Trisha? She doesn't try and stay out of it, Keely. She's deliberately and specifically targeted me as part of this group thing. Like, she's made comments that are like about negative to me. Like, what's my beef with it? It's pathetic. She's one of those mean girls that's doing this. She seeks to benefit financially. I was very nice to her. I was very kind to her. I supported her. Basically, all the growth that's happened on her channel recently is because of me promoting it. All the people in her chat that are giving her money and like being her group now, like, they're all the people that I said go there, and like, you know, they're all from my streams. Like, what do you mean? What's my beef? Like, she's part of this like mean girls group like you. I just explained it all. I was really nice to her for ages. She turned on me. She switched. It's fucking ridiculous. And they say, she said today about trolling in her chat. I'm not going to say you're trolling. I'm not going to say you're trolls. She said I've got like 15, 30 accounts I went in with. I went in with 3. She's fucking pathetic. It's like deliberate misinterpretation of what I've said and done to make me look bad. Like, passive aggressive, putting up videos about, oh, Scott's a narcissist. But don't say Scott. Don't say Scott, but where have you heard this before? Like, you know, come on. It's manipulation. And then you're going to do a tarot reading with someone. Like, I would like to see in a tarot reading someone shuffle the cards and deal them out in front of me and it not be edited or like anything like that. You know, I'd like to see it all out in front of me. But anyway, I don't trust tarot. Like, let's just say I don't trust tarot, because within that situation, you're going to give them personal details and personal information, and then they're going to be able to manipulate you. So I would not recommend tarot. Let's say that. It all seems a bit, you know, there you go. I'm paranoid. There you go. So it's not, you haven't been doing those things. We didn't have a premiere where Andy and other people said they were all Super Bluffer. There's not a Super Bluffer channel. You haven't been putting out your videos. It's not been happening. Yeah, you gaslighted me and then turning around calling me paranoid. That's narcissism 101, Keely. That's the tactic of a proper narcissist. The people that watch those videos could have learned that one. It's gaslighting. I'm not paranoid. These are things that are happening. I've just told you them. You've agreed they're happening. I don't know why I'm even entertaining you, really. I think, like, maybe, what is the chip on your shoulder? Like, what is it, you know, that you've particularly, you know, taken a grievance with? Is it because I don't like Andy? I haven't got an honest bone. Like, I put her on a stream so you promote it. Yeah, listen, I've been really nice to Trisha. I paid for her memberships. I promoted it. You cannot say that the group that are there now, like, you can name them if you want and list their names. You can't say they weren't all people from Battery Exhausted that discovered Trisha because she came here, I was talking about her, I showed her cards for Alan, I suggested that they go over there. No, you can't say that's not the case. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But like, if you can say that, you know, what it is that's caused this, then I'm happy to address it. But I don't think, like, really, it's, you know, it's, you can sort of do it, you know. Well, doing new content, yes, on the rocks, of course. Super Chuffer is doing new content all the time. There are videos up there recently, like recent live streams, proper serious good ones that you should have a good look into. Nicola Bully Gin video is a serious good investigation into some deeper, darker things. Yeah, absolutely. Feels like people are trying to undermine that effort, you know. And I've got plans, they're all written and sorted. Me and Steve are starting to talk behind the scenes about when we're interacting and doing them. Steve's had his back broken and we're going to make a new step. It's going to be different. So don't worry about that. I'm cool. I've got my plans and I'm not being distracted. I'm back. I dropped. I'm back on. Yeah, cool. I'm good with new content. I feel like it's important to address this. No one needs to tell me what to do and how to do my stuff. I'm good. Let's get my window back up. Where are we? Once I was 7 years old. Yeah, so, like, basically, it's been mentioned. I think it's pathetic. Yeah, Bizzle. Listen, Bizzle, what do you think I've done all week? I am rising above it. I have talked about these things, right? Are you saying I don't believe in tarot? It's risky to promote it to your audience. Yes, Keely. Like, I made a mistake in promoting tarot. I promoted tarot essentially, didn't I? I made a mistake in doing that. All the way along, though, Keely, you will know that I've said this is not magic. I don't believe in the magic. It's just a bit of entertainment fun. So yeah. You know, yeah. But there's different ways of doing it, isn't there? I could do a bit of fun tarot on the stream and you could watch it and it's a bit of fun. Or you could go in a private room and tell someone your private information and they could then have it. And you don't know what they can do with it. So they might manipulate you after, you know. Keely, people can see you. They can see what you're saying. You represent that whole vibe. It's good that you're saying it. Right. Is Alan a paedophile? What's the first thing that Alan did that was like paedophile? What's the earliest thing he did? Let's have that in chat. I mean, I'm probably not going to get out of this what I want, am I? Which is to make that solid video of all the things that he's done that's paedophile. But like, what is it that? Let's go back to the old school. Was the agency the first thing? Big ups. No, listen. Like, don't feel sympathy for me. Like, it's all good. I'm a grown-up man. Like, this is not a problem to me. It's just like, it's disappointing and it's sad, but it's not like, you don't have to feel sympathy for me. I'm all right. No, I'm not asking anyone. I should certainly say this. I'm not asking anyone to fight any battles for me. You don't need to go into any other channels and like cause any problems. You don't need to like, you know, cause rifts and talk to people like, you know, negatively. Like, I don't want to like, you know, throw that sort of thing around. Obviously it's being done the other way, but Battlecat's talking now on my side as well. Listen, is Battlecat? I thought Battlecat might be Alan earlier, but he might not. I'd love it if Alan would come on the stream. He can't come on this stream because it's YouTube, but we can do it on Twitch. I'd love it if he'd come on a stream. We could do an interview, or like, you know, a bit of cantankerous conversation. That'd be brilliant. He did talk about what pedos want, the diapers and the lies. Should we get that one out? See, everyone always tells me that it's easy to find this stuff and like, you know, that, like, but it turns out it's not really, is it? I just put Alan Vinicum Armchair Detective Agency. Like, Shouldn't Val's videos come up about his agency? Shouldn't someone's video come up about his fucking agency? What's Val's video? Is Val's channel still up? What's that called again? TBT2? I'm never going to find them, am I? There's mine. That's Obsoletist. That's Lizzie. Lizzie's got some up, hasn't she? Curious Cat. Martin Dean will have them, won't he? Martin Dean will have it all.
Hello. I'm Phil McCravis and...
So, what I'm searching for is the way he spoke about kids, yeah? Maybe we'll get that. Nope. Should I put children? Just anything to do with children? Oh yeah, that was a mistake. He did a Twitter to a 13-year-old girl, but he was asking if it was his daughter or not, and it wasn't his daughter. It was someone else's daughter. 5 years of ongoing smear campaign against the Rusiks. What's going on here? Like, isn't it strange that it's harder for me to just, like, you know, find the old... Like, I really want this in straight up thing. What have you missed, Paula? I mean, I'm not going to go over it. I think, like, I've already spoke about stuff, so you can, like, just skip back. Like, I don't know what On The Rocks is saying about undermining me. I don't know if I feel undermined by On The Rocks. I don't specifically know, you know. That troll channel, where's Martin Dean's chin?
Body Sculpture sent tippies.
I'm not getting it from my own.
This is for people out there who don't think the armchair ripper is not a nonce. Let's look at the facts, shall we? He loves filming people without their consent. He sings with underage kids. All of his shows feature kids. He's and looks like a right nonce. He is a predator. Super Chuffer owes 5 hugs.
Big ups, Cassius. Where are you floating around now that your Queen Witch is dead? Cassius, where are you floating around now? You know? Where are you floating around? How's it going over there? It's all gone quiet over there. Oh, it's all gone quiet over there. It's all gone quiet. All gone quiet. All gone quiet over there. Yeah, I would have left him in. I couldn't give a fuck about Cassius these days. Like, he needs somewhere to go, doesn't he? He needs somewhere to go. Like, so everyone else thinks that Anna's still a nonce.
Sister. So, it's up to you to decide on this guy. All I know is he's had 4 strokes and he's a bit slow now, and
Who's he talking about?
I don't know. Okay, whatever I say is wrong in it. So let's get Bubbles on. It's best I stay out of this. If you want to come on, Bubbles, and do explain, there's a few things in chat you may want to talk to. I don't want to get involved in this. I've got David on because I want to know about Christopher Watts.
Ah, David, a man that was a convicted child sex offender.
I don't want to get dragged into this controversy or to be seen supporting anybody. He's good enough to come on and talk to us, but I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe what I'm doing is not worth it. I don't know. What do you think? There's so much criticism and negativity.
About a sex offender.
You know?
I'm not squirming, Cassius. I'm not squirming. You know, it's been a week of being a bit disappointed with this, but I'm not squirming, so you're all good.
I will not downplay his charge, but I will say this. He was with dating, or I don't know if he was dating or what, but he was with a girl that was very willing.
Willing? If you're under the age of consent, then you can't consent.
It was what they say, consensual.
No, you can't consent. 13.
Back in 2007, he had a consensual episode with a
So Nonce Chops brought a nonce onto his channel, but you can't call him that. So he's not a nonce because he brought a nonce onto his channel. Okay. What about the Alan Vinicum? I mean, we know he's got. This is so disingenuous, isn't it? Like, I'll just do the list off. I wanted to get all the evidence on the screen so I could cut it as a video, but it seems like, and this is what's annoying to me, it seems like all these people have done all these videos over the years, but where's this one video that just says Alan Vinicum, sex crimer, and then these are the list? Because like, I'd just love to just have it all in one. He had this guilty knowledge of how paedophiles like to deal with children. He said he had guilty knowledge of hard drives, how to destroy hard drives. He said he'd burned his hard drives. He told us, like, I mean, more than anything, right? Alan literally said,
there is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked.
we were going to get to that a bit later. He checked the internet for child porn. Like, if you are on the internet searching for child porn, you are a paedophile. Yeah, that's what happens. The police come and get in your computer and they say you've searched for child porn here. Like, thank God you didn't find any, or did you? Right, you're a paedophile. Get in the fucking back of the van. Like, that's a paedophile. Yeah, so let's try and get the Alan Vinicum Spice Agency. Let's try and get that in the video. Has Val took a channel down or something? Why am I not getting this come up? There's truth be told, look. Come on. Or if they took down all the stuff about anything to do with pedos, are they scared that he's going to sue them or something? Like, it's not that, is it? It's that I'm just not finding it. There we go. There we go.
If I was a pimp, I'd up to it. I wouldn't be ashamed of it.
Source, Alan Vinicum. Escorts, photo shoots, male and female, girls and boys. So the list is male and female, girls and boys. Like, men and women represent male and female. Girls and boys represents different, doesn't it? It's the younger aspect of it. The fact that he did it on Facebook is that he said there was no phone number, it was never real. But of course it was real. You can just contact him on Facebook. There it is. Escorts, men and female, girls and boys for that special event. Obviously it was just all pictures he's ripped off the internet. But he was trying to run an escort agency. Whether he was successful or not, like, what you don't know is whether he took any bookings for any actual escorts, whether he just wanted to collect a black book full of sex workers. Like, he wanted to act as a pimp to these sex workers, really, didn't he? But you don't know if he was really doing that, or behind the scenes, when one or two people came in and said, I hear you say boys and girls. He's like, yeah, we've got a special service for that. Talk to me behind the thing. Like, maybe that's what happened. Girls and boys up to what, 19 onwards? Girls and boys, men and women, girls and boys. Like, it's a difference. We're trying to ascertain whether the man has sexual fantasies about children, I suppose. That's what we're trying to do, isn't it? Really. This goes into the box of something kind of different, like offering to pimp out young people. That's what this goes into the box of, offering to pimp out young people. And it totally exists. There's a picture of some young people on the agency picture. I mean, these are probably not the girls that work for Alan. This is just an example photo of what he's looking for. Source needs promotion girls for exhibition work. So he's talking about girls there, and he's not talking about like explicitly children. Okay, so he's saying girls, but this photograph, to me, like, I know what promotions girls are. I've seen them working. I've got friends in the modelling world. So promotions girls can be any age, but promo girls, like this group of girls here, they look about 16 max, don't they? I mean, I can't see their faces, but this looks a little bit creepy. Like, we're moving down a step towards, like, more like children on a public platform. This is what he wants, that they can join the agency. So I can't call him a nonce. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Cassius. Look, I'll tell you for why. There he is, Cassius, with a child, an actual living physical human child that was singing with him on Smule. That's noncy. That's a nonce. So I can call him that. If you want to defend the nonce, you're a nonce defender in public. You're a nonce defender in public. Good shout about reverse image search. There are websites, listen, I'll tell you, there are websites that are now not available on the internet. Like, the internet got cleaned up a bit, didn't it? But back in the day, whenever this was, like, I don't know what website he got that from. That could have been from some girl's Facebook, or it could have been from some dirty, passed around the pictures behind the scenes Facebook, like, you know, or anything. I think he said something, but I couldn't understand what what you mean. So, I've opened the door now. Robert, sorry, not Robert. Sorry, what was I saying there? Sorry, Robert, your name was next. Cassius, the police will deal with harassment. Okay? You've opened the door now. Get back in your little box and fuck off. Go back to bin streams. I'm so wrong with the statement. What statement? What statement? He's singing with kids, that's a nonce. Yeah? Nonce. Not a normal courtyard exercise. Yeah? Not a normal courtyard exercise. A nonce is prison slang for a rapist or child molester or sexual offender from prison. But it's colloquial terminology for someone who's into the kids, isn't it? Like, paedophile is someone who's got a sexual fantasy about kids. So here, they're above the age of consent, so you can't call him a nonce. But here, they're below the age of consent and they're children. So you can call him a nonce because he's on a live video with them, live, doing this. If that was your child, what would this man be to you? Where's the police? Yeah, where's the police? Good one. Where's the police with you, you fucking nutter? Big ups Mean Green, only pedos defend pedos. Well, I'm not saying that all of, like, the fucking ex-Mimps new spanners are pedos, but, like... Yeah, don't let Cassius distract me. He's gone now, yeah. I think it's fair to, like, let people have their head, because, like, that's it now. Like, everyone knows what they're like. Your point was right and valid. What's your point, Keys? What's your point? Say it again really clearly. I defended a nonce too. When? When did I defend a nonce? What, in that tweet? There was no I don't know what... You show me what that tweet was and who we're talking about. Because I can't... You can't say I defended a nonce in a tweet where there's no context whatsoever. Like, oh, for fuck's sake, are we doing this? We probably shouldn't, but maybe we will. Where's your video? Unfair to say victims, evidence of crime, creepy therefore a pedo. Okay. We'll let this video play a little bit while I find that tweet up and we'll see what the fuck you're talking about.
That's what they call a pimp. Seems that's my job now. I don't know if I get time to be a pimp, but anyway. I just want to say I'm not a pimp, honestly. And if they can prove that, congratulations. If they can continue to say I run an escort agency, I'm going to get them. I am going to get them good. Because I've never done it. It's great when you're right. I've never done it.
The post was deleted by the author. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. This is the accusation thrown at me. Unfortunately, the post was deleted by the author. That might be, you know, positive in my end, because maybe they were wrong. I've put, do you mean everyone, including men, as this might be a sign it's a symptom of his illness, not predatory, if he does it to everyone. Then we've got a deleted by the author. Oh, I know what this is about. I know exactly what this is about. Okay, I know exactly what this is about. Exactly what this is about. No, it's not. This isn't a distraction. This is proving to everyone that Keely's being disingenuous and unkind, and she doesn't know what she's talking about, and she's using things from way back in the past to try and manipulate and leverage, try and make me look bad and defend Alan. Okay. What happened here, and these tweets have been deleted, but I'll go through them with you and talk about it. They've been deleted by the other person, because the other person was a sex worker who was doing wet and messy play. And what that means is they put gunge on themselves and sex themselves up with the gunge. Yeah? And people pay them money for that. That's a it's like a fetish, you could call it. But it's not a normal fetish that normal people have, is it? It's not a normal sex fetish that normal people have. Normal people wouldn't say, I don't know, like the ice bucket challenge, for example, where you got water on yourself, or you can see your titties. But the ice, Eddie will love that. The ice bucket challenge wasn't a sex fetish, was it? The ice bucket challenge. You got messy, you got wet. It's not a sex fetish for normal people. But for some people, it's a sex fetish, doing the wet and messy play, right? What's happening here is there was a guy running a charity event for Mind.org, Mind, the mental health charity. And he'd been running this charity thing for a reasonable amount of time. And the charity event was based around Get Messy for Mind, it was called. Messy for Mind. I think it still exists. Hang on. Messy for Mind. Let's see if it still exists. Messy for Mind campaign. So it's not just this guy. Like, the Messy for Mind campaign was a real thing, right? The Messy for Mind campaign was a real thing. And here's an article about it. You can also watch this montage video of people who took part in the challenge. This won't be up anymore. See, video's not up anymore. This guy invented this Messy for Mind challenge. It's reported on in PsychReg here. They're promoting it. It's a real thing that happened, right? This is, you know, the posts have been deleted now about it, but what I said is not, okay? So he made this Messy for Mind challenge, and he was soliciting people to make messy videos. Can you send me a video of yourself gunging yourself? Can you send me a video for mental health? Like, it's like the ice bucket challenge. So what this guy did was he sent that soliciting message out to basically fucking everyone. Like, he was running a charity campaign, okay? Yeah, I'll keep looking at these tweets. I know I'm explaining to everyone the context, because you didn't explain to everyone the context. Okay? So I defended this guy because two reasons. One, I actually knew his sister personally, and she came to me and said, he's being... I don't know why Obs is dropping on YouTube for me today. Not gonna let it get to me. It's just Obs. Let's get the picture back up. Okay. Yeah, we got frozen for a second. I should be back now. Should be back. So basically, this guy ran a charity campaign, Get Messy for Mind. And the idea was you pour gunge on yourself. He solicited lots of different people. There were all sorts of cross-society people doing it. I was encouraged. I don't know if I did a video in the end. I did the ice bucket challenge back in the day. Anyway, the point is, his sister came to me. He's getting this shit on the internet. And I looked into it, and he was getting shit on the internet, and it was being led by a woman who sells sex videos. And she said he'd come to her and asked for a wet and messy video. He wanted her to do a sexy gunge video, but he didn't want to pay for it. He wanted a sex video out for free. And then, no, he hasn't done that. He's asked you to join his campaign because he's sending everyone a message about gunge. And if you do hashtag gunge, like, it was obvious what had happened. If you do hashtag gunge, then you'll get all the nice videos about gunge, and, like, you know, all the videos about that sort of stuff will come up. And then he's sending tweets to all of those people. Like, he's sending emails to everyone that's, like, linked to a gunge thing. Because, like, gunging, you know, is on the telly. It's like a sort of, what do you call it? It's like CBeebies, you know, people get gunged. Anyone that got gunged on the internet, he was sending a message to, because he thought they're already getting gunged. Maybe they've got a cool video, they'll send it in, they know what's going on, Mind.org, you know, that sort of stuff. Tom Mills, yes, it's Tom Mills, that's right. I don't know why you want to dox this guy. He obviously doesn't want his stuff still up on the internet because of all this trolling, Keely. I was going to do a video about it. Like, so his sister came to me and asked me to look into it. I did look into it, and I felt that he was being predated upon by a woman who was selling sex videos about wet and messy gunge. Obviously, her videos that she's trying to sell, like, are in this sex world. I looked into it as well. There's a really important aspect of it, which is that if it was a sex fetish for him, it's still not a sex crime. I'm not defending a nonce here, right? I'm saying he's not a nonce. I don't think it is a sex fetish for him. But they were saying he should be taken to prison and all this, and, like, really getting heavy with it. And I looked into the law, because, like, I was interested. This is interesting. I potentially could have done a video about it, you know, but back then I wasn't a streamer. But the the law, or maybe I was just starting streaming, but the law was that if it's a normal thing that you can say is a sex fetish, like, I don't know, bums or titties, hey Eddie, then doing soliciting videos for it is a harassment sexual, you know, like, but because normal people would look at a Gunge video and say that's not a sex video, and like if I did him a video pouring like flour on my head, normal people aren't going to be wanking to it. You can't say it's a sex offence. In the same way, it's like being the psych police, the mind police. If someone, like, let's say for example, you put up a video of your hat on the internet and someone wanks off over this video of your hat, like, you can't prosecute them for wanking over your hat because that's their weird sex fetish and you put your video on the internet. So these people that were angry about him, they'd put their videos on the internet, like, and they're saying he's wanking over them. But there's no proof he's wanking over them. He has Asperger's and he likes Gunge on the telly, and he started a mental health campaign to try and support a mental health charity involving soliciting videos. It was men, it was ladies. Okay, maybe there was even some children did it. I don't know. I haven't seen all the videos. Looks like lots of stuff's been deleted. But I don't think he was soliciting people for his sex fetish. I think he was trying to do an internet campaign. And I think the people that actually ran it as a sex fetish, that had the websites, the lady that had the iron in the fire for the money, she was really cross, because if you did have it as a sex fetish, here's a man giving you free sex fetish content. If you did have that sex fetish, and all of her supporters, they did have that sex fetish because they were giving her money for the sex videos. So it seemed to me that there was a clear mechanism there, a clear mechanism. So you're misinterpreting and did you know all that? Sorry, that's the wrong picture to go. Did you know all that, Keely, or did you just sort of like, you know, jump in from the side and say that I defended a nonce? Like, you know, did you know all that? Now, it's quite an interesting story, isn't it? It's quite an interesting thing. But did you know all that? So you can't see what's being written here, but I've said, do you mean everyone, including men, as this might be a sign it's a symptom of his illness, not predatory, if he does it to everyone. They were saying he's asking everyone for these wet and messy videos. And so I was saying, if he's a sex predator, he might be predating on young people or women for sex videos. But if he's doing it to everyone, like, why would a sex predator contact rugby players and ask them to do the video? It seems weird. Like, he's not getting anything sexual out of that. That's not his sex fetish, those men. But he's still asking them and soliciting them and pushing the campaign. So that's my point there. Move on from Keely and 30 subs. She's hogging your stream. Yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting to bust her for this, isn't it? Because this is wrong, what she said. So these points are here. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Obviously, the other person isn't being talked about here. They were saying, like, there are victim statements. Penny and others are the ones posting this. I've not seen any victims or victim statements. Why do I have to respect people that only exist because Penny say they do? Penny's the woman that had the website that was selling the sex videos of the wet and messy Gunge. So she said she had victim statements, and she never did. Sadly, a decent young man who wanted to try and make money for a charity that had supported him through his own mental health struggles with his Asperger's syndrome had tried to create a fun and basically a bit of a copycat to the Ice Bucket Challenge. They tried to create a fun and positive campaign on the internet, and it had been hijacked by sex workers who didn't want those videos to be out there because they were selling them for themselves. Like, what's, you know... Well, I didn't know you know them. What do you mean? Are you talking to me there? 20 minutes ago you said if someone defends Alan they're a nonce with no actual evidence. Me? I said that. No, someone in chat said it. They said only paedophiles defend paedophiles. That's what they said. So you've twisted that as well. This point is mute now, yeah? It's done. I'm on the right side of the argument. Everything I said makes sense. You're not going to twist it against me. Like, if you were there then, maybe you would have attacked this man as well. You know? And what you're saying is you can't call everyone a nonce in public. You can't take someone down and say they're a nonce. You're bad to do it to Alan. Well, which side of this argument should I have been on then, Keely? I'm a hypocrite because I do it to Alan now, though. Ah, that's the difference. I'm a hypocrite because now I do it to Alan. Okay, I looked into that case, I investigated it, and I found all the truths. And I made my statements about it on the Twitter. I did consider doing it as a video. I didn't end up doing the video. There you go. Okay, is Alan a nonce? Back to that, yeah. Bizzle, yeah, it is school bullying vibes. That's where I recognise it from. I said it early doors when this happened. I said it was going to be, I mean, I described it as you get group psychology, you get groups, you know, group psychology, and I don't want to engage in it. And that's kind of what I meant. Should we take a poll to see if AD's a nonce? Might as well. No, the way this is going, I don't think I'm going to end up doing the fucking full video, am I? No. Is Alan... I'll just put a ped. I'll ask you if it's okay. Wait, is it okay? I'm going to ask you, is it okay for me to call him a ped? For me to call him a ped? I'm going to ask that. I think we're being disingenuous, really, aren't we? I think we all know the truth, to be honest. Big ups, Kevin. You can scroll back and have a look. I was forced to sort of address some shit, but it's all good. This will probably end up being members' content anyway after this, because I don't want it to be a sort of like, oh, he said this on the internet and he did that and he did this. No, you know, it's going to pour gasoline on the fire again, isn't it? Every time you call someone out and shut down their nonsense and say it for what it is, it gets them even more eggy, and then they want to come back with more shit. They might as well just fuck off. I'm saying it, yeah, I agree, Sandy, about opinions, right? But like we're saying about damaging someone's life, like they basically, Trisha today said, paraphrasing, but she said, you can't call Alan a nonce. It could ruin his life. Someone could murder him. Like saying all the things Alan used to say. And I didn't have evidence, and I can't call him a paedophile. She didn't say nonce. She said paedophile or Pete or whatever. Like, you know, big ups, Regardation Police. You're going to hit me for copyright strikes, are you, Regardation Police? Should I go? I mean, I don't know which videos you've, you know, which videos I've used of yours in where, but it's sad for you to do that after I've promoted you all that time and haven't done anything to you. Obviously, I'll be able to fight those copyrights. We'll be able to remove the things, you know, copyright strikes are copyright strikes. You won't be able to take down all my content because of a malicious copyright attack, but I'm happy to remove the content of yours from any content. You know, if you want to send me any of the content that I've done that's got your content in it, even mentions of you, I'll cut you out of all of it if you want. That's fine. I don't mind. So, like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I don't, you know, I can't, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. Just telling it like it is. Like, so, yeah, stop talking about people. They all turn into nutters, yeah. Exactly, that's like that's exactly what's happened again, isn't it? Fucking hell. I'm asking really though, realistically, is a man who's done all this stuff not a nonce? Like, I'll go back to the song one more time. Like, is it not the case that if you sing karaoke with little kids on Smule behind the scenes, would you call that a paedophile? What if they were all Asian kids by Target somehow? What if a man had an agency to sell escorts, men and women, boys and girls? What if he had intimate knowledge of where the pedos want them, how they operate, whether they want them a certain age, where they're going to take them? What if he's admitted to searching for child porn on the internet? Would you call that a paedophile? What if a man was caught searching Google for mother licks cum off daughter's face? Mother, daughter, would you call that a paedophile? If you said it was research, because if you know, if you caught on Pornhub, there are probably some quite, you know, fucking out there different titles of the videos, aren't there? So I would guess if you went through my porn search, you'd probably find some different titles. But what I'd probably say is, it's Pornhub. Relax. I'm a normal person using the normal porn on the internet. I probably wouldn't say that I'm secretly doing research to make a documentary about paedophiles. So anything you find on my computer that's got anything to do with paedophilia is legitimate reasons to be there. Like, that's ridiculous. That was the defence of the people that got convicted for paedophilia. That's the same defence as the nonces. So Mother licks Cut Off Daughter's Face, said it was research. Locking underage girls in a pub that he ran, whether he did or he didn't, you know, it's a rumour that's come from his past life, not from the internet, you know, from his past life. A general fascination with dead kids on the internet. He loves the pictures. He collects all the pictures. He actually sells pictures like pizza order to America, is one of the things he talks about, which is something that people can do if they're on those paedophile networks. They've got pictures that they've taken in public of other people's kids. Alan admits to taking pictures of other people's kids. Alan admits to taking pictures of other people. Well, he didn't say kids. He said, in public, I take pictures of people without them knowing, didn't he? That's what he said. He told us the way he does it. And then we've got a photograph that Grumpy Granny stuck up of him with a woman in the background on the beach. And she's, like, not topless, but she's got, like, you know, he's been taking pictures of people. He talked about burning hard drives as a way to as a way to remove the evidence off the hard drives without ever having, you know, the way to properly remove all the evidence of hard drives to burn it, he said. Would you call that a paedophile? You know, he had a man on his stream who was a convicted sex offender and was positive about them. Like, would you call that a paedophile? Like, so I think what it is that if you made a legitimate, like, you know, conversation like we're doing and said all these things that he's done and you add them all up together, like, is it not the case that you would normally quite happily just say in normal, like, if you knew that guy was in the pub, what would you say about him there? You know, I think it's disingenuous to say that you shouldn't say that he's a paedophile online because it could ruin his life. I think the things he's done online make him look like a paedophile, and that normal people would look at them and say, that man, paedophile. Because a paedophile is someone who's got a sexual predilection for children. And what I can see with this man is exactly that. Also, I suppose you could tie on top of it, when's he ever had I know he's had relationships and had children. I know he's around children all the time, but when's he ever had a girlfriend, you know? Who's he into? Who's his missus? Like, so I think I'm quite legit there, and I think everyone thought the same. But now they're trying to disingenuous turn on me. But we all know whether, you know, we can all see it. We can all see it.
Path number just seems unlikely that one number would give you insight into how all their lives would turn out. The second of the three numbers they calculate is your expression number.
So, numerology that we talked about earlier, this man thinks it's a scam, and one of the problems I've got with it is that numbers don't exist. Like, you know, this is the Pythagorean number system. This is an alphabet system that we've come up with, you know, Proto-Roman, isn't it? Like, this is our alphabet system, and the calendar is just something we arbitrarily like. There are some cultures that don't use the numbers 1 to 10. They don't use a decimal system. Like, you don't have to have 1 to 10. You can have 1 to 8. Like, 9 doesn't have to exist. Like, we just make it all up, all numbers. Like, all of this stuff from numerology has only ever been around since maybe 1500s, since all of those things were the way they are, because before then all these things weren't the way they are even. So
vowels of softer sounds, really very
genius. He does something funny here.
What we might do, actually, because when you hear this stuff about yourself, it's very believable, right? We all want to hear good things about ourselves, and all of this is like positive, amazing stuff.
You're a warm, generous, and charismatic person. You're a managerial and organizational genius with strong intellect and determination.
But I bet we can be more objective and see if this is really accurate if we run the report for other people. So who'd be a good person to try? Let me think. Oh, I know.
This is just a bit of a nut to watch break. We're going to do the numerology for Adolf Hitler.
Hitler. Actually, wait a minute. He's dead. Can you do this with dead people? Most certainly, as long as you know their birth name and birth date, all the rules still apply. Perfect. Ooh, but I did some extra Googling just to make sure all the information we're putting in is accurate so we can get the most accurate information back. And you're supposed to use the name on the person's birth certificate. And I found a copy of Hitler's birth certificate and his name is spelled Adolphus. So we're going to put in Adolphus Hitler and see what we get.
Saz, defending sexual offenders is wrong. I can't call him a pedo based on the info provided. Well, that's up to you and your definition and tolerance of what he's done. But I think it's quite normal for people who, like I've explained it, you know, I think all the things he's done do look like paedophilia, and the police are interested, yeah. Like, but we're on the internet and we're talking about whether, like, I think it's important to deal with this police bit, right? Is that if there's a crime and you see there's a crime, you should tell the police and then not tell anyone else and just shut up, yeah. You shouldn't go on the internet and talk about it and protect other people from it. Like, you should just shut up and just tell the police. If the police don't do anything, you should shut up still. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. And certainly, like, when we're talking about sexual offences and like victims of that sort of stuff, speak up, speak up, speak up, isn't it? So, like, yes, I would hope the police would do stuff about it. But if what they do is what the police do, and I'm not the police, and I don't speak for the police, so I can speak for what I think on the internet when I was looking at that man. And I think we all know as well that when I first started watching him, there was I didn't say anything about that. It was only when I literally watched his singing with kids on Smootle, which is fucking full-on pedo-Nazi behaviour.
Expect that, like, if numerology is real, that they would tell me that, hey, Adolphus,
to publicly slander someone on the internet without there being any due legal process, what can that do to someone's public reputation? Yeah, again, publicly slander them. Do you mean show the things he's done and said and give you my opinion on it? Like, there's a difference between going on the internet and just saying, oh, Alan's probably a nonce. Like, I bet he fucking touches little girls in the park. Like, that's one thing. But showing you a video of him singing with kids and saying, wow, fucking noncy. Like, that's different, isn't it? So I don't think it is just slander and, you know, conjecture and randomness. And I don't think it was, like, I mean, without due legal process, what due legal process is there for I found this video of him on the internet and here it is, look at it, you know? I think it's an interesting conversation. I still stand very firmly where I stand. But I'd like to, you know, I'm happy to have the alternative viewpoints, you know, raised in chat like that. But if I can back them back in simple, logical conversation like that, I think that's okay. It's my opinion, not fact. Yeah, no, that's all right. It's my opinion, not fact. That's fine. I mean, well, what would you call it? Wait. If this is your child and you walk in and they're on the phone to this man, your child is your child. Who is this man? Like, how would you describe him? What is he doing? Like, is paedophile not applicable here? Is he not grooming the child? Like, at what point did Alan see this child on the screen and think, this is not inappropriate? Like, why didn't he think this is inappropriate and stop it? Why did he do the whole song? Like, I'm not arguing about whether I can take him to court and prove that he's a paedophile in court, therefore I can say it. I'm asking, what are the words that we describe these people with? Like, wouldn't you call this a paedophile? That's basically what we have, it's language. Like, we looked at the definition of earlier, which is a man who's got a sexual interest in children. This looks like a man who's got a sexual interest in children to me. Like, it's disgusting. Yeah, your child wouldn't be allowed to be in that position. So that also makes me wonder, you don't know where this child is from. They look Asian. They could be in the UK. They could be in a different country. You know? I don't know what the situation is. Some people allow their children to be in that situation and even charge money to put their children in that situation, don't they? I don't know what's happening at the other end. It's a worry. Ordbod, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it might be a duck. That's where I come from. That's my feeling on it. That's why I said it straight out. I was like, oh my fucking God, this is a nonce. Like, I don't understand really the, like really what's happened is we tried to turn it on Scott, that Scott's a bad person, that he would cause Alan this trouble in public. Oh, he's going to do it to Eddie as well. Everyone's a nonce to Scott. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. And like, you all know it. So, I'm not the boy who cried nonce. Like, there's nonces out there. It's an interesting topic, isn't it? There's channels that do nonce busters. There's, like, you know, also, it's Decaheggy's another one on the internet, isn't it? Hello, Decaheggy. You asked where the parents were earlier. Yeah, exactly. That's what makes me worry about the fact that they're all Asian kids as well. Like, you know, that makes me worry about that. But yeah, you know, we're over-analysing this more and more, aren't we? But like, it's basically my defence against the fact that I call him a nonce, isn't it? Is that, what the fuck is this? And that's not the only thing, is it? We've like got that huge list. I'm not going to get through it all, am I, finding the clips? So we looked at Spice Agency. What about Alan Vinicum? What else does he do? I've got the clips of him on my Twitter, haven't I, saying things about photographing people in public. So they'll be on my desktop somewhere where I clip them. Mother licks cone off daughter's face is in there, isn't it? Like, the worst thing about the Google search was his defence of it. This is the obsoletist.
Before this video, okay? This is his in before, so he doesn't even have to mention the Google search.
This is a great video from the obsoletist who talks about it. I've also done one as well. This is 30 minutes, so I'm not going to be able to, like, you know, go through it all.
It's nature to try to get around this.
But it's a great video. It explains the psychology of it and everything. Good video from the obsoletist there. I'm looking for just a quick one that shows his, you know, probably the Martin Dean one, really, that shows his... Let's just check this one, whatever this is. Oh, this is where he talks about Madeline. Phoebe, shout out Phoebe.
Mortified that AD is doing a video tonight called Sherilyn Cadle, Bella Was Alive.
I'm just looking for his Google search. Maybe I should look for my own channel, because like, I thought one of these other Clipper channels would have just like had it up, like, you know, like if I search for it like this, I can just get it quick. Shame I'm not being able to find that, isn't it? Can I give Top G a shout out? No, that's fucking, you know who that is? That's that man, isn't it? That's that man. That's that. I'll tell you who that is. That's that. Who's that? It's that man. What's his name? He's in Romanian prison. Andrew Tate. That's who that is. Here's your Top G. Here's your Top G. Where's the man that does it? You dancing? Look at him dancing! Look at him dancing! There's the G. Bottom G. Bottom G. Oh, this is just this stream's disaster stream now. They've distracted me. You're right, Grumpy Grannis. Like, but I'll tell you what's good about it is you can see it in action, can't you? Like, it's just like this whole sort of battle for hearts and minds on the internet, like this public war with me now. Like, like, you can just see it happening, can't you? Like, so I guess, like, you know, everyone likes a bit of drama, I guess, but I don't really. I'm not going to be the centre of the drama. I'm going to shut it down like that, and it's shut down now, so shut down now. Look, Alan Vinicum, armchair detective, CP expert from the obsoletist. They know what's up. They know what's up. Don't they? I'm just looking for the Google search, Mother Licks Cone Off Daughter's Face. So I'll just go to my own fucking, view my own channel. Videos. Porn. I have to write porn. It's Alan Vinicum versus the porn industry. Bit of a grown-up one today. There you go. Mother Licks. Oh wait, the whole fucking thing. I found it as well. I found it. Oh yeah, yeah, damn right, I found it. No, it's on a website that you have to pay for as well. Like, there's no. Maybe they've changed the videos on, you know, the normal porn sites. You know, maybe that video got deleted or something, or maybe he never found that video and that was something he was searching for. But if you do want to watch that particular video, that specific title, then there is only one website that carries it, and it's a private pay-per-view service. Like, you have to sign up to their, and it's like, that's what it's all about. I shouldn't really have that on the screen for too much, should I? But that's what it's all about, you know. So that's what he was looking for. review that
Mother
quickly.
Licks.
There
Start to
it
say
is.
Kun. Obviously, I'm not saying the worst words on the internet.
It's really hard to read, isn't it? But I'm reiterating myself here, but the thing that annoyed me the most is that he'd searched for Internet Explorer on Google. Search for Internet Explorer on Google. I mean, forget being a kiddie noncer, like searching for Internet Explorer on Google. Google is a search engine. You're searching up Internet Explorer on Google. Why are you doing that? Internet Explorer is a different search engine. Why do you need to open up a different search engine when you've got one search engine open? Because this, I'll tell you what, this is his Google search. I wonder what his Internet Explorer searches looks like. What do you think that looks like? Oh, that's Scott doing it again. Conjecture, Your Honour, hearsay. No, it's circumstantial evidence. He's using a second browser, and what's he in the browsing session? Mother Licks come off daughter's face.
Kun, because it's been spelt wrong. Off daughter's face.
So I was formulating this film and putting it together.
I'm going bathroom.
So I was doing some research and I put in one of the Gloria names to see what there is on the net. And it got spotted by a...
So he said he was doing research? Yeah. And he admitted it got spotted. It was his Google search. So got the testimony from the man's own mouth. The clip came from his own channel, reprocessed through the lens of the channels that clipped it. So it totally exists. Big up Solway. Big up Swat the Hen. Chuff, 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 chuff. So what Alan thought he'd do, this blows my mind, right, is he said it was research. Said it was research. And then to prove that, a little bit later, he brought out this video. This video is called Google Porn. Why is it there? Question mark. And Ted Bundy tells us it's future hymns. So Google Porn, why is it there? And Ted Bundy tells us why it's future hymns. Graphic content. There isn't any graphic content, don't worry. I will talk about sex, porn. You know, I've set this to not suitable for kids, but if you're watching this in somewhere and you don't think that's going to be up your street, then it's about to happen. Alan made this video. Now, he's done his classic Alan on this. I think he hastily cobbled together a video about pornography. So he could say I was doing research. I told you I was doing research. Look, here's the video I was researching for. I think he hastily cobbled this together, and you can see that because in this video you will see that there's quite a lot of footage of him just wandering around a park.
It can stay. Not acceptable in the public.
It's not like he did a lot of research for, like, you know, the video to get images and stuff. I suppose what images are you going to get? But he did get some. There are some saucy style images and some little bits of stuff from newspapers. Feels a lot like he just went on Google and just Googled up some... Big ups X-Mimp Space. You can't believe what you're reading here. Big ups X-Mimp Space. I'm really disgusted and surprised by what I've been seeing from the other side, so you'd see it different ways. There you go. Like, what can I do for you? You know, I've been really nice about people. I remember when you contacted me earlier and said there was a group forming and it was sad, and I said, yeah, it is sad what they're doing. I can't stop it. I'm just gonna have to accept it. Like, you are now part of it, I guess. Like, I've called it out for what it is. Bitter people who wanted what I had, they've now got their bit of it and they can just go away and have it. So, like, I'm not asking anyone to sign up to my website. I'm not asking anyone to sign up to my, like, to pay for a service. There's no click through to a product here. And I'm not going to be asking for your date of birth and interest in your private life through my service either. I'm not interested in any of that. It was a mistake for me to promote that person that does that thing anyway. Numerology is not for me. They're not going to sue me for saying it. It's ridiculous. It's a public opinion about numerology. Everyone's getting really eggy, and I haven't done anything to make them particularly eggy. Like, they wanted to leave the Discord, they did. I said, farewell, you know, good luck, nice things in public. This all started a week ago, as I'm reiterating, where I was actually saying nice things in public about Slinky Socks, and she turned it into this big post, and now we've got all this, and it's just, shut it out now. Like, if you want to leave, that's fine. I'm not, like, I'm disappointed, but, like, why did you come here to, like, have a pop? Like, it's bizarre. Some articles and then read a few facts out That's what it feels like. And then what's really interesting is he's doing classic Alan on this. At about 20 minutes in, 19 minutes in, he hands over to an interview with Ted Bundy's, and Ted Bundy's then speaks for the final 40 minutes of the episode. It's a 40-minute episode. Ted Bundy speaks for 37 minutes. So it's more Ted Bundy's than Alan. So we've got that little clip of him anyway. Like, I just want these little clips of all the things he's done to put into a video. So like, his documentary is covered there in my episode and by The Obsoletist. It's awful. He didn't do a documentary, but he used the same defence as paedophiles use, and the people that have done the defence got convicted of paedophilia. So Alan's defence, what Alan said he was doing, research, if he'd have taken that to court with whatever was on his computer, I don't know what was on his computer, maybe he had bad stuff on his computer. If he'd have taken that to court as his defence, he would have failed, because there were other people that have been convicted for that. So there's another one. There's another one. Big ups, Nigel. I was trying to be like open-minded and kind to people who were being generally supportive, you know, but I also don't think numerology is real.
You're an evil son of a bitch, and
so this is a guy doing Hitler's numerology.
I would expect that, like, if numerology is real, that they would tell me that, hey, Adolphus, you're an evil son of a bitch, and you'd be better off killing yourself. Something along those lines.
Your soul urge number is 6. You are a true humanitarian.
Oh.
Your sense of responsibility is rarely outmatched, and it shows clearly in your love of others and willingness to do whatever it takes to help someone in need, whether it be a friend or a complete stranger.
Either Adolphus was very, very misunderstood, or the history books are very, very wrong.
You are a great lover of home and family and seek to make peace rather than disturb it. You are
Adolf Hitler. The numerology for Adolf Hitler.
Full of love. You have...
Okay, it's just this one website that is... This website's probably a bad numerologist, and there are probably some really good ones.
An innate sense of beauty, harmony, and compassion.
Starting to look a little less accurate now.
It depends on what your date of birth does, doesn't it? It does depend on what your date of birth is. But of course, your date of birth is just a mandatory number that we assign you. Like, date of births don't exist. If you go to China, your date of birth could be in the Chinese fucking calendar system. You could be born in the year of the dog. So how's that going to help with your numerology? Like, we just invented it. The date, the Gregorian calendar, we finalised in the 1500s. So since the 1500s, that's applicable. But dates of births are randomised and are not like the numbers we put onto them. The whole point of numerology is it works on numbers. So there's so many deeper layers as to why it doesn't work. But numbers don't exist. What about binary numbers? In the computer, they count in binary. That's ones and zeros. So the numbers don't exist. We call them the numbers. You can have a system of 8s. Instead of decimal, you can have an octesimal system of 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 and 10 don't have to exist. We go to 11, 12, and then when we get to 20, we start recounting in 8s. Sorry, in 10s, don't we? 20 and 1, 20 and 2, 20 and 3. But what about 23 as a number? Like, it's all philosophical numbers. It's all made up BS.
Oh, isn't it? Maybe
it doesn't work,
though. I mean, Hitler was born in the 1800s, and I had to hack the date to get his proper date of birth in there. So let's try someone a bit more recent. Fred West.
Fred West.
An English serial killer who committed at least 12 murders, raped and murdered a bunch of his children. Just not a nice dude.
No.
He killed himself in 1995, but if he was still alive today, he'd only be in his 70s. So yeah, let's do it.
And this is a real man for calling stuff out for what it is on the internet.
Hi, Frederick. Thanks for requesting your free numerology reading here at numerologist.com. Your greatest gift is your intuition.
Your greatest gift is your intuition. I'll tell you what, being intuitive about people, I made a mistake. I feel maybe I'm not that intuitive as I thought. I might have made a mistake about people, but then again, I'm not promoting that I'm an intuitive reader of anyway. Oh, we're getting personal. No, I'm talking about numerology and stuff. I'm talking about numerology and stuff. Can't be called personally suing someone for damaging their business. These are my feelings on numerology.
And the way you use it to inspire and empower others.
It's all right. Listen, the tarot, we've got the tarot cards. I think what I said before still stands. It's all right to have a bit of fun. Do one on Alan. You can even stack the deck if you want. It doesn't matter. It's only making it up. It's do one on Alan. It's a bit of fun entertainment. But it's when you get people giving you money behind the scenes and telling them things about their personal life and giving them advice, and they tell you personal things. That's where the world of it can get very dangerous.
Positive energy sent tippies.
Big ups.
Remember, haters will always hate. Kill them with success and bury them with a smile. Keep your standards high and your middle finger high.
Shouts out.
Learn to ignore them. Super Chuffer owes 5 hugs.
Listen, I will agree with you completely. There's two things that I have to counter that, or not counter, but you need to understand, right? It's been going on all week. I have kind of ignored it. I've done some talking on Twitch, but we talk about all sorts of shit on Twitch, and like that's just going to go into the ether. It's not going to end up on YouTube. Loads of people didn't know what's going on because I've not been talking about it. You've only heard their side. You're only getting their side from them, and like there's a little bit of like a draw a line in the sand, protect my reputation, call it out where it's bollocks now, where it's come to an end, and I've had to say this is the fucking end of it. You're defending a nonce, and you're twisting everything, and you were all there on the same side before having a pop at him for those exact reasons, and now it's wrong. Yeah, so I think I'll draw the line in the sand there, and but overall, yeah, you won't hear me going on about these people. Like you won't hear me, doing a community post like Alan, like ranting about them, or even like a community post ever about any of it. I've been represented disingenuously on lots of different ways. They know it. I could be bringing up community posts they've done and saying, well, this is wrong. I can see that they've there was a comment where I made on a different account under the name of Bear Friday so that I could speak to somebody because my other account was obviously blocked, and so I put open brackets Super Chuffer close brackets, yes it's me, and then somebody put up a post like, oh, I wonder who this Bear Friday is. Like, you know who it is because it's me, because I said it was. Like, represented disingenuously, all this stuff. Like, we're not doing endless community posts on my end. You're getting this. You're getting my line in the sand, and then we're going to just fucking carry on, like you said, yeah. Like, I know where I'm going with my stuff, so this was not on my scheduled list of stuff to talk about on streams, but it's just fucking come up, and it's a thing, isn't it? So
Harmony will inspire more creativity in those around you.
Obviously, this might end up as members content, like I said at the start of the episode.
And create more connection, happiness, and success in all you do.
Wow.
This unique perspective and open expression is the key to your success, so keep it up.
Yes, Fred, keep it up. Keep up all that raping and murdering.
You have a strong sense of responsibility and are the one person everyone turns to for help.
So numerology's getting Fred West a bit wrong there, aren't they? Maybe that was just the one bad numerology site. Maybe that's just the one bad thing he did with the photograph of that lady. Lady? Agree, Covtown. Agree. Like, I don't want to get like boring on it, but I was listening to this one.
This video was made possible by ClassCentral.com/Pacman, where you can go to watch college lectures. Meaning, when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on, the pattern of 10 repeats. Every time we get to 10, we're sort of starting over at 1 with 11 or 21 or 31. But no matter how high we count, we're really only working with 10 numbers or digits, 0 through 9.
That's numbers.
At first, it might seem like the number system we use is inherent to mathematics, but it's not.
No?
The fact that we have 10 numbers repeating is arbitrary. We could just as easily use a numeral system based on the number 8, in which only the numbers 0 through 7 are used, which would look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Darso Island in Indonesia, which repeat. Papua New Guinea,
You mean there's inherent problems with the concept of using numbers to form a system of faith? Okay. Oh no. All right.
If a man was singing karaoke with little kids on stool behind the scenes, would you call him a pedophile? If they were all Asian kids, if man had an agency to sell escorts, men and women, boys and girls, would you call him a pedophile? It's intimate knowledge of what age the pedos want them and how they operate.
Big ups, Toffee. I could see from a comment you made somewhere else that you didn't like... Oh, you're 20 minutes behind, so you won't be hearing this for 20 minutes, but you didn't like talking about Alan and sexual stuff in general, and nor do I. I think this is horrible and disgusting, and when I first saw it, it made me sick, and I had to close my stream and take a minute to think about it. At that moment, we started a group on Discord, at that moment, a mods group. I didn't have a big group of mods before. What there were was the people that were watching my stream. There was Slinky, Jess was there, Dover and Dolly's mom. Like, they were watching this happen real time, and we needed to talk about it privately and decide what the fuck was going on and what we thought it was happening. So if I think he's a paedophile, then I'm not throwing Dover under the bus here, but that group, they all know it. They all know it in their hearts. That's how that group started on my Discord. That's how they got that mods. Right, we're having this mods room because we needed to talk about what Alan's been doing and this stuff. And we talked and talked about different aspects of his, you know, what he was doing. Some people brought stuff to the table that I was quite surprised they were able to source. I'll say that. They know. You know, that's where that mods group came from. Is we discovered Alan on the internet singing with the kids on Smule. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it to the point where I think it's completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. I don't want to make it a constant feature of my content. No. I don't want to spend every day, you know, following nonsense. That's the same as the true crime content. You know, I don't want to talk about dead children every day. Just don't have that in me. But I feel pretty glad that I called this out. You know, imagine a different world where I sent this video to the police and then just said nothing. Like, I'm much happier with the way these things have gone. Regardless of what's happening today and people turning on me, I'm happier about this. You know, I'm happier with this. I mean, I'm not happy with this.
Admitting to searching for child prongs on the internet, would you call that a pedophile? If a man was caught searching Google for mother licks come off a daughter's face, would you call him a pedophile? If he said it was research,
Okay.
Locking underage girls in a pub.
A different question for you, for anyone that's like confused about this. If you have children, or if you know, you imagine you did, right? And here's Alan Vinicum. This is his video. He's going to come and babysit your children tonight. You're going to leave him with your children. Yeah? You're going to leave him with your children overnight, babysitter. You're going to go off, have a nice time. He's going to look after the kids. Will you do that or not? Right? Everyone that says you can't call him a pedo on the internet, it could ruin his life and all this. Would you leave your children with Alan Vinicum overnight? Your children, your young children. Like, I'm sure some of them understand what I'm saying here. If they wouldn't, what is the reason? What's the reason? Without calling him a paedophile, without insinuating he's a paedophile, if you think he's got a sexual attraction to children, you're not allowed to have that as a reason, because you can't say that on the internet. It'd ruin his life. Why wouldn't you let him look after your kids? I think that's a good question. You know, I think that's a good question. Please leave this up for all of YouTube to see. All right, Peter Folding. Maybe. I mean, it doesn't have to. What I don't want to do is to make a feature of the content. Like, I've always left those people to go and do what they want. Like, I've never dragged them out into videos and episodes, and you know, they've actually had a little pop at me in their content in different ways. Like, you know, when it was funny, I've shown a video on screen, so, oh, that's a bit of a funny, strange video, and like, you know, I've laughed along. You know, if you want to do a face swap of me, I don't care. It's funny, whatever. Like, you know, I've laughed along, but things have gone a bit nasty. So I don't want to make that, like, you know, talking about how I don't want to make this the feature of the content. I don't want to make that the feature of the content either. And it seems to have been the feature of other people's thoughts for the entire week. Like, I honestly thought it would have abated, but it seems to have taken another level up now. So I'll make my own decisions on it, but I can appreciate it might be a good idea to actually leave this up, because, like, what's wrong with it? I'm making a very clear and concise case for why actually what I'm saying is quite normal. Would you leave this man who's done this video with your children as a babysitter? And if not, what is the dictionary definition of the reason why you wouldn't? You know, take that to the bank.
He ran trips to violent pictures with lady boys, a general fascination with dead kids on the internet. Sell them The pictures like pizza orders to.
Like, no one is trustworthy, Kaz. I kind of agree with you there. But I also, I've given people lots of trust in my life. And, like, I know lots of people who are trustworthy. And I consider myself to be trustworthy. Like, the government considers me trustworthy because I coached kids and had a, DBS check. When I was quite young at the time, you know, I was a fencing coach when I was a fencer. So I was in my, like, 18s to 20s. But I gave back to the club that trained me by becoming a coach and taking the classes, you know, becoming one of the coaches, helping out and all that. So, like, to do that, I had to get the CBS check or whatever they call it these days. Like, I think there are people you can trust. Like, I've met loads of them. Like, my fencing coach was one of them. My family are like that. My friends are like that. Like, this man, not so much. This man, not so much. It's hard to know on the internet, isn't it? Because you don't know people that well on the internet, and you get to know them a bit. But, like, you know, I give people a lot of trust. I do, to be honest. I like to think you'd give people trust until they fuck up, but in this context, you know, maybe you'd have right to be a bit more guarded.
America, burning hard drives. Would you call that a pedophile? Admitting to taking candid iPhone snaps of strangers in public places on public beaches.
So what is Peter Folding trolling now? Wait, are we talking about Genshin Impact? Do you want to do that again? Hello, Seaman. Okay, Genshin Impact. Average age of player. 18 to 24 is the largest segment, so it is younger players, yeah, 18 to 24. Genshin Impact size. Everyone knows my journey with Genshin Impact. It's all recorded on the internet. Size of player base. It's 60 million active players, so there are a lot of people that play Genshin Impact. It's one of the biggest games in the world, and that's the reason that I was interested in it in the first place. And lots of people said that Genshin Impact is a game that people who like anime girls, they play Genshin Impact, and also it's a gambling game. It's got a gacha attached to it. So I said, I'm going to investigate it. I'll play it for 2 weeks, and then I'll do a review of it. Everyone knows it because I said it openly on stream. We saw my journey into it live on a stream. It's all recorded. And then I really enjoyed the game. It's great. It's got like fantasy fiction in terms of like we kill a dragon and I'm an honorary knight. You know, it ticks all those boxes. I love swordplay. There's a lot of kung fu involved in the game. All the characters are kung fu based weaponry, and you meet a load of interesting characters along the way, and then you put them on your team and you level them up. And it's got all these wonderful stories, these really well written stories are in the game. Like, it's ever growing, it's an ongoing game, and it's one of the biggest games ever. So like, me as a gamer, I'm having a really great time playing Genshin Impact, and if you think there's something you can throw at me, then you're just off your little nut. Like, it's not like you're doing Penguin Party with kids. There's no communication with other people. There's no, like, you know, it's a one-player game that I'm playing on my own, enjoying on the internet. So, like, it's not like an MMO where I can talk to all these kids in the thing, you know, like, your son plays Genshin Impact, he's 29. Well, there you go. There's someone else who plays it, because it's quite common. Like, it's like saying World of Warcraft a few years ago was the biggest game ever. Like, it's similar to that in a different way, but there is a community around it, and I suppose you can interact with people because they can jump in and become your friend and stuff. But like, it's not what, you know, it's not what, it's silly. It's not, you know. Admit audacity. I wonder how many DBS checks have been broken by people who like that AD kind of contact with kiddies. Probably, yeah. But to get them in the first place, you have to be clean, don't you? So, like, out of all the people that can talk, at least I've, like, you know, if people want to slander this sort of way, then I can say, well, I've got a fucking certificate, so fuck you. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky to have had that offered when I became a coach. I don't still do fencing coaching, but, you know, I've had that, you know, lucky to have had that on. Like, when you're in a community like that as well, like, you know, there'd be people that were quite, stop reading chat. Sorry, I thought I was having a little chat. What is the topic? Alan's a nonce. So yeah, Genshin Impact is a silly slur to throw at me, really. It's a silly slur. Like, it shows the level again, doesn't it? It shows, like, if you want to talk about trolling in chat and who's getting trolled and what's happening, no one from our side is trolling anyone from their side. We just want them to fucking just, you know, do what they want. Do what they want, but leave us out of it. Yeah, like, I'm tired of your bullshit. it's disappointing to be misrepresented and to be lied about. But as someone, you know, commented earlier, you know, if you can, when being lied about, not deal in lies, you know, that's the main way I want to play this. So I'm just happy to just state things as they are, and then we'll just move on. Yeah. Exactly. I don't need to explain myself to playing a game. Yeah. I bit the bait there a little bit, didn't I? I bit the bait, but yeah, I bit the bait, didn't I? Nuff Nuff. Peter Folding, where's Nuff Nuff come from? Is Nuff Nuff in my chat? Nuff Nuff disappeared off the internet after I called out Andy for being in her chat. Who are you talking to? Okay, Peter Folding. It is just the same troll again. Like, haven't you got? Didn't you end up going out with Jess? Like, haven't you got things you can just like enjoy your life with? Like, why are you angry at me? Didn't I bring you two together in? Like, isn't it nice that through the prism of my stream you met each other and had fun? Like. That's what I heard through the grapevine. Anyway, I think it's weird that people should be like, you know, so bitter. Nuff is in my Discord, is it? Well, the other people have had all trolls, haven't they, in their Discord? Oh no. Oh no. Well, what's going on in our Discord? Well, people are just having a little chit chat about stuff, so it's all right. Like, you know, if Nuff wants to be a sneaky fucking spy, then she could be a sneaky fucking spy. You're going to get a few of them around about the internet. I can't. Like, you're trying to make it seem like my Discord is full of this badness, and that's what they tried to do, so that you would leave the Discord and join them. But their Discord's the one that's full of badness. They've got it all going on in their Discord all the time. Scott said this and this and that, and they've had trolls this week. Trisha said she got hacked, didn't she? Like, all the bank details of all her clients were up for grabs all of a sudden, and her clients had problems with their money, didn't she say? Or did she not get hacked? And maybe there's something else was behind that. Like, maybe it's really safe over there and they're not getting trolls, and maybe over there, like, you know, it's just silly, isn't it? It's just really silly. Like, and you think I should be paranoid, and, you know, it's just really silly. It's not even, the thing is, you're like, oh, you don't even know. But the point is that it's not even important. Like, it doesn't even matter. It's like being in a schoolyard and hearing like, so-and-so's been telling so-and-so about this, and they don't know that I'm really their friend, but I'm not their friend, I'm someone else's friend, and like, you know, all that business. And like, yeah, okay, it really matters. Although, since I'm not on the Discord, I don't fucking care. Like, Discord is just a space for me to highlight when I'm doing something on a stream, share some stuff. You can share your pictures about your food and chat about your favourite songs. And if we're talking about something on stream and it finishes, you can have a chat about it over there. It's not a place for us to have some sort of secret clubhouse for our bitterness campaign so that we can make plans against other streamers. And like, you know, it's not that. It's so there's no need to have this sort of super privacy. Like, if people want to send each other personal private messages on DMs and they know each other, then they're adults and they can, I suppose, deal with that, can't they? But in public, on a thing like Discord or Facebook, it's social media on the internet, and I'm not going to be the YouTube Stasi police and get down with that sort of nonsense. It's just like, it's all going on over there. They keep crying about it all the time. It's not going on my Discord. We're not having that. It's like treating Discord like you're in secondary school. For Christ's sake. Sorry, Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. Isn't it? Dover and Dolly's mom, careful yourself here, because I think there's going to be, you know, there's going to be some kickback from that sort of thing. Like, so obviously Dover and Dolly's mum has become target of their aggression as well. So it's just, it's not a big deal, except it's being made a big deal, and it's being, you know, it's now veering on the point. Like, the reason I wanted to do tonight is just to say clearly, like, you're going to misrepresent and be disingenuous about everything you've said about Alan and everything you think about Alan, to the point where we're going to defend a paedophile. Scott called him a paedophile again. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, fuck me. Yeah, I see you, ACW. ACW, I see you. I see you, yeah. I see you. And obviously the critique of me was that I'd gone in their chat to troll. I went in their chat to say, hey, you're talking about me. This is me here, isn't it? Like, do you want to talk to me? I haven't got like 30 accounts. It repeatedly is an issue here that people are coming to my channel to troll. And you know what? We say it started up with the Alan stuff. You know, it started up with the Nicola Bully stuff. Like, it feels like people are trying to undermine my content when I'm doing good on Super Chuffer, really. Like, from whatever end, from Alan's end, from whoever's end. Like, it's been said, you know, go back to Super Chuffer and just do all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not out there trying to undermine these people. I've had to respond today to quite strange levels of disinformation and twisting, taking old tweets of mine now as well. Like I said, I did predict all this, but it's just got silly, hasn't it? I've actually called him a pedo. Well, I'm all right to start. Do you know what they're saying? I started out by not calling him a pedo carefully because of defamation, but putting all the pieces out there and allowing you to make your own decisions. And then I moved on after we discovered loads and loads more stuff to saying, you know what, I'm all right with this. Okay, with the law, the legal definition of what a paedophile is a man who has an attraction to... I'm not talking about whether he's committed a paedophile as a crime. I'm not talking about whether he's a convicted paedophile. I'm talking about whether he has a sexual attraction to young underage children. And from what I've seen of his behaviour, yes, I think he is. Yes, I think he does. There he is, there, look, doing it. Like, what man would sit there on this call with this kid all the way through it? Like, why? Like, could you imagine, right? Imagine this. I hand you the phone and say, hey, sing this karaoke. And like, you open up, you hold the phone and you're on there with a kid. And you say, who's this kid? And you say, it's just some kid from Asia. I don't know them. They're on the app. It's being recorded. Carry on. You know, he's singing because it's being recorded. Sing. And you'd like, would you start singing? Would you be recording yourself on that app with that kid yourself, you? Would you do it privacy of your own home? When you discovered that there was a child on the app with you, would you ban them or block them? Like, there's so many, like, you know, there's so many problems. So I think that there's a reasonable way that colloquial people speak that would be to say, this man is a pedo, this man is a nonce. That's what everyone would say on the bus. Like, it's not because he's just said something weird on his stream. We've got a video of him now with a kid, like, and it's borderline fucking, you know, yeah. So that one's gone. That we're not going back over that nonsense again, are we? That one, I shut that down. Is he really a pedo? Like, who knows, really? You know, what's in someone's head? You can't be the thought police. You can't be the thought police. That's what I was saying in that comments chain, is you can't be the thought police. You can never really know what's in someone's head, but you have to believe people based on their actions. You know, actions speak louder than words, don't they? So, you know, there's all this shouting and yelling and telling people behind the scenes and whispers and DMs and all this business, but actions speak louder than words. My prediction is there'll be some real sick shit going on behind the scenes as well. For whatever they say in public, they're scared to say behind the... They won't be scared to say behind the scenes. They'll be saying some real sick shit. Not the way I've said about Alan with all evidence and that, but like, you know, I predict that. I'm sorry for any of you that get wrapped into any of this and feel like there's been a division. I didn't want there to be a division. It's been there for ages and I've not made it a problem. But now it's a problem. I'm not saying you can't go over there and you know, be friends with this and that. I'm not doing that, as everybody knows, as you all know. I'm not trying to tell you what to do in any way, shape or form. I'm drawing a line in the sand where it comes here. So that's me and my end of that. Yeah, there's a good shout. There's a good shout. It should really be Nicola Bully content, that should. But Snowden, he lost his job. Like, the money tap's about to be moved away from the Conservatives.
the money tap is about to be moved away from the Conservatives. So he's lost his job, he's lost his money tap. But also with him goes, and it was predicted by many people, wasn't it? With him goes the ability to sort of hold someone to account for what was going on at the time. Like, in a way. Like, he's gone now, isn't he? He's slipped off quietly into the night, made his money. He'll probably get a different position somewhere else. You know, they go back and lick their wounds and then stand for elections somewhere else. Like, he might end up being an MP or a councillor or something, or, you know, he might go back to being a crime commissioner, he might take his money and do something else. But Labour have now taken that role. So we've got a new police and crime commissioner in Lancashire. And like, I'm reticent to say it, like, but is there a possibility that this person might be interested in what went on with the Nicola Bulley case? You know, I'm reticent to say it, but yeah, that's interesting news. What do you think in chat? Should I do a poll? Should I do one of those polls? Hang on. Let's do another poll. Start a poll. Do you think... This isn't even the topic of conversation. This is why I thought tonight's episode would end up just as members' content, because I thought it was just going to get out of hand and unruly anyway. So we're doing whatever now. Do you think the new... what is he called? Police and Crime Commissioner, PCCC, cares? I just put cares, yes or no. Like, if he cares, he's going to open up the case and we're going to look at Nicola Bulley again. If no, he's not going to talk about it ever. Like, just a little poll for you for the random. Battery exhausted is shit crazy tonight. Yeah, I'm not shit crazy. I'm all good. Like, I'm not getting thrown out of whack and balance. I'm not getting mental health concerns. I feel really good. And this is, Peter Folding should hear this. I'm not like paranoid and worried or anything. Like, I feel good. I'm really confident. I'm really happy. I'm in a good place in my life. So I'm not going to off myself. Peter Folding murders me. It's a murder. It's not me offing myself. But yeah, like, I'm disappointed in what's happened this week and last week, maybe. What day are we on now? Friday. Yeah, you know, this last week. But I can see things clearly for what they are more than ever now. And, you know, we're not going, like, realistically, we're not going to turn and say that Alan Vinnicum is not a noncer and not a paedophile. And those people that are now going to, like, throw me under the bus for that are not going to say they weren't doing it themselves the whole time as well. So, big ups, no worries. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So, yeah. Like I said this earlier in the week on my Twitch stream, but I know exactly who I am. You know, I know who I am in my heart. I know what my morals and my ethics are. I've been, you know, I've not changed. I've not changed. I'm not going to change. Like, the good in me was forged in my childhood, and I had great mentors. I went on some really important adventures. You know, learned a lot about myself. I was captain of the British fencing team. I became, like, successful in that through the help of others, like the coaching team and all that. You know, sport taught me a lot, taught me an awful lot. And it was more like that poem that we talk about, If, you know, I'll read it again now. Like, this is taught to me. Like, when I was a teenager and things were going a little bit off the rails, you know, my parents had a divorce, I felt a bit unhappy, and, you know, life was up in the air and fractious. I was lucky that I had that sports coach to keep me grounded and to teach me things and to mentor me once a week, twice a week, 4 times a week at weekends when we go on competitions. The more and more I did it. And it did it. Like, I was outside the realms of that, you know, smoking weed, going to parties, getting wrecked, you know, guitar music, being in bands and all that, yeah. Like, but also I was knuckled down, disciplined, training, you know. Go to the, I'd say gym. It's not a gym, like, you know, it's an open space gym where you do your fencing, but, you know, going to the gym every day, like, sort of thing. You know, sticking to learning things as well. Like, he was in the military. He was a captain, a major. captain, a major, and he got shot in the lung, so he had to come home from the army, and he started up fencing training and stuff, like to teach other people stuff. So I was really grateful, you know. He's a really wonderful influence on my life. It wasn't just him. Like, anytime I felt I needed real help, my dad's always been there. You know, my mom's a wonderful person. Like, our friends are down to earth. Like, you know, we're not cheaters, liars and grifters. Like, we're good people, and if you do bad things, you get disciplined and told off, you know what I mean? Like, there was no, like, as a teenager, you know, I pushed the boundaries, but there was no being a bad person in my mind and my heart. Yeah. So if it was taught to me in little sections, like, sometimes what he'd have is like the folder of all these little cut out bits of the words. He started doing it midway through. Anyway, like, we were in France once, and he came up to me with a little sliver of paper, and it said, like, you know, something along the lines of, if you can force your heart and nerve and sign you to serve your turn long after they're gone. Like, and I was like, well, this is a little bit of paper. And what it means is, work harder in this moment. You know, this is a time to learn this message. So I learned all these little lines, these little messages, these little things, you know, as little messages over a period of time, and they come together in the full thing. So it is really important to me, you know. It's like integral to who I am, and this isn't my honor code, like, but I have the honor code. I am a product of the honor code. So, like, if you don't have the honor code, all you have is nothing. Like, all you have is lies and mistrust, and, you know, if you're prepared to spin and twist and misrepresent, like, you know, all you have is the honor code. All I have is the truth. You know it in chat. You know everything we've been through. Nicola Bully. Most of you are here because of Nicola Bully and then the Alan stuff. Like, this is happening on Battery Exhausted. I'm talking about this, but, like, they're attacking Super Chuff and main channel, really, I guess. But, like, you all know it. You've all seen it. I've not changed. I've not lied. I've not misrepresented. I've not tried to twist. Yeah. So this is who I really am, you know. And this and Rage Against the Machine. This and Rage Against the Machine, you know. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all people doubt you, all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. And that means, okay, so first of all, it means don't fucking lose your shit. I've tried not to. I'm human, but everyone's having an egg at you this week, aren't they? But don't lose your shit and just, like, start shouting and egging. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. Like, have you done something wrong? Is this your, like, you can't just be pig-headed about this. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about, don't deal in lies. That's critical. Being hated, don't give way to hating. And don't look too good nor talk too wise. Maybe tonight, you know, I didn't want to veer off into hating. I said a little pop at numerology. Oh my God, he said a little pop at numerology. In fact, you could say that's like, as Keely said, you know, it's in defense of the audience. Like, maybe I didn't realise what I was giving validation to, but I'm allowed to have my opinions. I shouldn't give way to hating. Don't look too good nor talk too wise. I'm not some special chuffer. I'm just a bloke on the internet talking about things from my heart. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings, Alan should listen to this bit, and risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. So, as I said, this is not going to be Scott's endless campaign to talk about fucking, you know, numerologist and the spanners. I'm into building my future, and I'm not into moaning and crying about the past, you know. If you can force your heart and nerve and sign you if you can force your heart and nerve and sign you to serve your turn long after they're gone, and hold on when there's nothing in you except the will, which says to them, hold on. And that's what it's about. It's about what's inside you at your core. You know, it's about what's inside you at your core. It's about what you're going to grip onto, what's deep inside you. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, that's me and you. That's me and you.
I talk with the crowds, but I keep my virtue. No one's seen a picture of my dick. But you know, you're the bad commoners, and I'm the no. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. If all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, then yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a champion. I don't say man because it's sexist, misogynistic nonsense, but you'll be a champion, you know? And like, that's, like, I don't have to worry about what all those other people say and think. I'm happy that you're nice in chat and stuff. I'm disappointed that people are being negative, right? But I don't have to worry what everyone else thinks, because like, this is written like a Gollum script inside my heart. Like, I know who I am, you know? I was captain of the British fencing team. In Genshin, right? In Genshin, Beth, you've seen me in my pants. Well, they haven't found the video of me with my bum out yet, have they? In Genshin, I am captain of the Swordfish Regiment in Inazuma. And I saved the world. And you're not going to take the beautiful things that we do. You're not going to take the good things that we do and twist them into your malice and make me seem like a bad person. Like, that's your malice, that's your bitterness. You'll twist like lemons and squeeze you. I'll squeeze you like lemons. I mean, I went proverbially, I'm not interested, but, you know, bitterness your lemons, go and cum your lemon juice, go and cum your gravy. Like, you know, it just, we'll be good, we'll be good. Yeah, 2.5 hours on this then. So my stream tonight did not go the way why am I upset? I'll tell you why it upsets me, Joe, is because why I get emotional over this is because, okay, I've got to describe it without like getting emotional at the same time, which is difficult, but it's okay for people, like, it's important for people to talk about their feelings. So, the man who taught me this is dead. Because he died in the COVID. And so I didn't get to sort of see him. I didn't get to see him, you know. So when I read through it and remember when I read through it and remember him, I wish I could see him. But it's okay, because what he taught me I can use to help other people. And I cry at films, I've told you before, every time I go through this, and Nigel knows, he's seen it before, don't anybody get worried about me feeling upset. That's natural, because I'm grieving someone that I love. So when I was, you know, taught those things, I was able to internalize them, and I can teach them, you know, I can help other people with stuff, yeah? So the Super Chuffer channel, for what it's worth, Mental Health Monday. It's a much smaller channel, but as everyone that followed my journey, and I'm lucky this is all recorded on the internet in a way, because you can't slander my character, because my character's out there. I am myself, I am me, I know who I am. I did this mental health service channel for a year, and some of the stuff in there, like, you know, talking about grief and stuff, a lot of the stuff, you know, I can talk on it because I've been through it, and I'm happy to be a good example. I'm happy to say I'm okay. You know, I shed tears then because you asked me a straight question. You're a man, I'm a man. I do the same with you in public, Joe. You know the honour code, don't you, Joe? You know the honour code. Out of all people that I'm talking to in this chat, Joe knows the honour code more than anyone. You're only as good as your word. You're only as good as your handshake. You don't talk shit behind people's backs you're not prepared to say in front of their faces. You don't stir up a load of bollocks. You know, you weigh in with your weight and measures. You don't skank people. If you say it's going to be £10, it's £10. If you say it's going to be 2 grams, it's 2 grams. You know, if you say you're going to be there at 10, you're there at 10. You shake people's hands and you're as good as your word. And if you're not as good as your word, then that's all you are, isn't it? You're not as good as your word. And if you lie in public and if you cheat and you deceive, then you're not as good as anything, are you? So you know as good as well as anyone. That's man stuff. So crying in public, having feelings about it, and when asked directly, telling people how you feel is man stuff. And Joe's a good man, and I'm being asked for my personal feelings, so I'll deliver them without hesitation and with honesty, because Joe's a good man. So I'm sorry, like, no one feel upset, no one feel worried. If you do, if you feel grief, if that touched you in any way, like, there's Mental Health Monday. I'm going to pull my shit together. Every time I do the poem, I get the feelings. We've done it many a time on my stream. Like, many a time. Every time I do the poem, I get the feelings. But I was able to do the poem, but you ask me about it directly, I'll tell you, you know, and then I'll get the feelings. So, it's it's life, isn't it? Well, it's death as well. It's life and death. But that's why, yeah, because the finest men I've ever known, like, I include my dad, my granddad, my Uncle John, this man. Not the man who wrote the poem, the man who taught it me. And I'm lucky that one of them's still around. Did I read the whole poem? Yeah, I read the whole poem. Like, I'll admit it as well, like, the narcissists, the bad people, whoever's going to have a pop at you, they will get a bit of a kick out of you feeling bad and reacting with, like, emotions, and they'll turn it around and say you can't say you've got emotions. They'll say emotions mean you're a narcissist or some shit. But I haven't felt happy this week about people doing things, but I can let that go. You know, I'm a fucking grown up. Like, how much of your life have you got to live through with people said something and did whatever, and, like, you know, so I don't work in a hairdressing salon anymore. I don't have to deal with it. Like, welcome to the internet. People are like, you know, say shit and do shit. It's not ideal. It's not brilliant for me, but I'm not going to be making endless content about it. I'm not going to be doing, like, back and forths. And I'll draw a line in the sand where it comes to it, because today we had Scott's a bad person because he's got a double standard about calling Alan a paedophile or whatever, and it's just totally misrepresentative nonsense, and it's all fueled by the same energy, and it's a bad energy. It's a bad energy. You know, it's a bad energy. I'm sorry as well to the general audience that I didn't see it myself. Maybe I'm not that sharp about things. I feel that, like, vulnerability and, like, you know, ultimately we know what I'm talking about, so I'll just talk about it straight. I defended Trisha in public against Eddie and his going on about the domestic violence and all that. Like, I took the side of, this is misogyny. I'm going to protect this vulnerable person from this nasty attack. Yeah, and maybe, you know, maybe it's not for me to go around the internet protecting people. You know, maybe I got the wrong end of the stick there. I don't know. But I feel like I should apologise if people have ended up, like, I don't advocate for those people now and their behaviour, and I don't advocate for their service. Like, I never really did, but, like, yeah, we should have, we still have to have that drink when Birmingham play Leeds, don't we? Yeah, if I ever went out the fucking house. But I will be up in that area at some point, and I will contact you. Yeah, I will be up in that area and I will contact you. Big ups Blank Faces. I'm not to shout out Blank Faces because they'll turn out to be a nutter as well, although I've got a lot of faith in them. I mean, I actually do have a lot of faith in them, but, like, you know, I'm not to shout them out because everyone I shout out fucking flips. Yeah. Interesting stream tonight, huh? Like, where do we go from here in the future is I don't think they're just going to, stop being bitter, but I have not started. Like, bitterness is not what's driving me on that, I'll guard my reputation and protect it in public. I won't be said that I'm two-faced and, we've had it line drawn in the sand. I keep saying line drawn in the sand today because that's how I feel it should be. And, I'm happy for you to go your own way. I have been for the whole time. I haven't been doing community posts. I never made a big public debacle about mods being left to chat and mods are not mods anymore and, ban them from this. I said, very supportive over everyone. It's gone this far. I wonder if I've got a good song.
So I sang with kids on Smule, not a good look, I'm such a fool.
Thank you, Bizzle. Thank you to everyone who just gave me super chats that I just let go by while I was just having an emotional moment. Thank you to everyone who did that. I'm not here to cause emotions to elicit money from you, but I appreciate the fact that you've supportive. So I feel it's disingenuous of me to sort of bring out charity and talk about charity, but as you all quite know, and I think the people on their side really know this, they really know it, is that I've been quite prepared to support people, and I've only been able to do that because I've had donations from, people have been really generous to me, yeah? People have been really generous to me, so I've been able to be generous to other people, be it a little charity thing here, a crowd fund there, they know it on, particular person had a bit of financial trouble, and I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet here, it's your trumpet I'm blowing, because without your support I wouldn't have been able to say to them, hey, I'll just sort that for you. I've been grateful for your support because it's allowed me to enact that, paying it forward, and it feels really unnecessary for people to know that and to critique my character on that in that same breath. So I'm really grateful for your support because it enables what we're able to do here. Battery exhausted, super chuffer, and in going forward, thank you.
Change the case, why aren't they thanking me? Oh, well, off to Thailand where I paid for ladies spanking me. YouTube doesn't want me, cancel and it haunts me.
Dover and Dolly's wants me to get ahead of this. Okay, I'll get ahead of this. This is funny. They want me to get ahead of this. I knew this would happen. I don't know who's posted it necessarily. I don't care. It's not personal, but now we're going back into Scott's old private, well, not private life, public life, sorry, into his old life as a hairdresser. This is a fun day at my hairdressing salon. We've talked about it on the stream before, so it's lovely that I've got the backup of having already talked about it. Well, not backup. I could wear a dress if I want. If I want to wear a dress, I'll wear a dress every day of the fucking week, and you're not going to criticise me. You can shove it up your arse. But on this particular day, Oxfam had a sale, and I bought loads of dresses from the Oxfam sale, and this one was a big pink, a big pink princess dress, and they were all £1 because Oxfam was closing down, and I bought all these dresses for £1, and we literally talked about it on stream the other day. There's a picture of me in a dress. Do you see where we're at now? Do you see where we're at? If that's where we're at, and you want to come at me for that, then I'll just come on stream in a dress now. I'll just put a dress on today. I don't care. It's just so banal. I'm not a bad person for wearing a dress or for being myself or any of it. Do you think I wouldn't wear a dress? Do you think I wouldn't wear a dress? I wore that in the salon. I look good in it. Got a good figure. I don't fill out the top very well, do I? But some ladies don't. See, I'm alright. The thing is as well, though, I'm alright with this. If you want to, have fun, we could have done that, but it didn't. It wasn't that, was it? And it's still not that. It's still not being used in that way. I imagine anything what I don't see the critique necessarily. Really, it's my old life as a hairdresser. We used to have fun. but it stands out as like a, what do you call it? Like a sort of, you know, I think people let themselves down by doing things like this because it makes them look bad. Not me in the dress, not me in the past looks bad. I mean the people that post it and, you know, attack me in that way. I got trolls. I got trolls this week. It's turned into I've got trolls now. I'm alright to have trolls. Fuck it. You know, like I've had Alan trolls. I've had bin trolls. I don't go on about them. This is a bit different because it was people that were literally in our friends, like literally in, like, you know, part of our community, and it's all gone a bit fucking bitter lemon, hasn't it? So, but I'm not bitter. It's just like they're talking about my hot sister. They're talking about my sister. That's a bit, isn't it? They're talking about my sister. I mean, what do you want me to do? Start getting even more angry because they like next it's going to be a pop at my mom, yeah, and I'm to get out in the street and start yelling because you said something about my mom. Like, it is a bit disgraceful, but I don't think I've still got this dress. I think it got binned off. Like, you know, why are you keeping that dress? It's only £1. I love wearing it. But I think I should wear a dress for my next stream. I just think it's bizarre. Like, Joe Boy, it's what's happened is it was, you know, I'll name them if you like, you know, just to be clear. It was the ex-mods, Trisha and the ex-mods, Andy and Slinky were the first to leave and start a second group, you know, somewhere else. They weren't happy, and I didn't really pay it much attention, but I think it's been bubbling under since then. Trisha, numerologist Gelder, who I was very supportive of and supported her streams and promoted her tarot reading and like gave memberships to her stuff. Last week we had this blocking of me, and I wasn't blocked, and then I was blocked, and they're all there saying things like passive aggressive comments and stuff like that. So I'm aware of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm aware of it. It's that sort of crowd, and it really feels a lot like Alan Spanners. Like, it's like they've got this channel that they're gonna like hover around. It's there's a lot of spanners in there. There's a lot of bitterness. You know, it's not for me. It's not for me. You have a pegging joke, but this probably isn't the time. I don't know. Any time can be a pegging time. Thank you, Leslie, for the 10 Australian euros. Thank you very much, Leslie. Thank you. This is normally what we do on Twitch now, is I just chit chat. You know, this feels like a Twitch style stream, which is why I was going to say this stream can end up becoming members only, but I don't want people to feel like I'm hiding it from the world either. It's just a strange thing. Andy was one of the OGs. She wasn't one of the OGs, Joe. The OGs were, like, my actual OGs were before any of this Nicola Bully stuff. But Andy came in, like, we already had a group of mods. We already had, like, you know, she was there early doors with, like, the Nicola Bully stuff and around and about. But, like, in terms of being part of the mods group and, you know, in there, like, she was just a person in the chat like everybody else, and she got closer and tighter, and then someone asked for her to be a mod. They had to petition, like, can we have another mod? Can it be Andy? Like, she asked me if she could be a mod, so I let her. So she's definitely not, like, if she had always been one of the OGs, she would have always been in that group, wouldn't she? But she wasn't, like, you know, initially. But I'm not, you know, it's what's happening in public. I'm not going on, like, for months I've not caused any, like, if they want to have their own Discord, I'm like, please join their Discord, it's fun, like, whatever. But it doesn't seem very fun now. I am feeling the love in the room, Bizzle. I appreciate it. This isn't a pity party. Like, it definitely shouldn't be a pity party. Because that's the next thing is, currently they're going to try and paint me to be a narcissist now, like, which is really getting silly. Okay, but now I'm a narcissist, so everything I say or do will get twisted to mean I'm a narcissist. So now it's he cried pity party, you know. Choose better. That's true, Joe. Yeah, you know, it just is what it is, I guess. I mean, that's why we cut it down. That's why we've got, like, you know, basically no mods. Like, we don't need loads of mods. Like, we don't need all this bollocks. Like, I don't want to be part of a clique. I said it, you know, I keep saying it, so. I suppose I'm going to have to find out tomorrow whether Regardation Police strikes me and goes through all the content and finds any time that I've used his video and promoted it, and then if he strikes me. So if you see my channel go down, it might be that. Obviously, I'll fight that. It won't go down. It'll just be copyright strikes. So I'll just take the videos down, you know. But I've always got Twitch as well. I'm really grateful for that, you know. See, the thing is, I'm not going to go looking through my own content to see any mention of that and take the video down. Am I? That's going to be hours of work. So I'd rather he did the copyright strike so I could just take the videos down when notified. It'd be easier for me. I'm a lazy bastard. We've all done YouTube for ages. It's not going to end just, you know, it's not going to turn into a big, like, YouTuber behind it. They'll just accept my petition to say, like, even if they took the channel down overnight, you've had 5 copyright strikes. I'd just be like, yeah, but they're all from the same person and they were all right with it for months and they've been in our chat and, like, they're obviously trolling me, so I don't mind taking the videos down. Can we just resolve that? And YouTube would be like, yeah, absolutely fine. You know, it won't look like it'll look like a malicious attack. So yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. This is me now in a dress. I think we should pay more attention to the fact that I'm wearing a dress, so I'm probably a paedophile. Wait, I know I've said that now. They'll clip it. They'll disingenuously clip me out of context, but do you know what I mean? I think we should focus on that. That's what will come next, isn't it? You know? I'll tell you what, I predict, because if they're going on my website that used to be for my hairdressing, like, there's a possibility, I will state clearly, there's been like several people that have worked in the salon I've had to sack. So, like, you know, here we go, isn't it? Next one, it'll be someone on Facebook said that Scott was bad, and I'll be like, this is some fucking nutter who got the sack next. Do you know what I mean? What are we going to be doing with our lives? You can't agree with the dress. I went to Oxfam. They were closing down. Everything was £1. Everything. And like, it's all ladies' clothes. It's Oxfam. It wasn't in our town. It wasn't like, you know, Oxfam was all for like great jackets.
K sent tippies. Head up, chin down, smiley face.
Ass up.
Super Chuffer owes 6 hugs.
Thank you. Ass up. What's the other one? Ass up, face down, smiley face. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I went to Oxfam and they're all on sale for £1, all the dresses. So I'm just like, I've got £20 in my pocket. I can have 20 dresses. Surely this can't go wrong. So I was just like selecting what I thought was, I don't know what's good. Just selecting dresses. I come back to the salon with like this massive 20 dresses in my arms. I was like, anyone can have whatever they want. Oxfam's just closed down. There's all your dresses. Like, you know, the girls that work there, the fucking customers, whatever. Like, it was dress fiesta. That's what all the bags are in the background. They're just full of dresses. And I put this one on. I was like, look at this one. It's bright pink. Look at me in it. Like, okay. Right, next what we've got, apparently, this is insanity, so I'm going to get this up. Like, we're doing it live on the stream now. This is what I mean about, like, what's happening, and you can see it happening. You shouldn't really pander to trolls like this. You give them oxygen. But right here, this is content for me. So I've talked about this, the give and take. I can give a little if I get a lot, and I'm going to get a lot out of this. What the fuck is this? This is getting on for, like, if someone said I was a paedophile in public and like really went at me like I did Alan with no evidence whatsoever because I'm fucking not, yeah, I would engage lawyers. That's my proper reputation. Like, I'm a proper notable stand-up guy. I've got fencing coach certificate. What, I can't go and coach kids because there's people calling me a like, I'm not having all this nonsense. Like, that actually does damage my reputation. I'm not having it, yeah? If you want to go serious, this is getting to there now. Like, we're going there now. What's this? This is Super Bluffer off Twitter, then. Birmingham Magistrates. Cases dealt with by Birmingham Magistrates. Right, I don't live in Birmingham and I never have, so they're not going to deal with me. Oh, it's my dad. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's my dad. So it's not me, right? It's my dad. Yeah, drink driving offence. Yeah. That's not recent. Like, he's a grown man. What are you on about? He can drive now. Oh, I should have took a photo of it. He's just been around my house in a new car. Yes, he's come around today. He's got a brand new BMW. It's fucking spankis. It's spankis. It's not brand new, you know, it's second hand, but he's like, you know, he's bought a new car. It's spankis. He's allowed to drive. Earlier in his life, he did get banned for drink driving, yeah. 16-month ban, yeah. Loads of people did. Like, what's he going to do? Hide it? Like, I don't think any of us give a shit. Like, this is really weird now. We're attacking my family on Twitter for stuff that's innocuous at best, you know. Like, he's not fucking flying down the motorway pissed out of his mind, is he? Like, don't tell me that back in the fucking 80s, people didn't, or whenever this was, like 80s or 90s, people didn't have a drink and occasionally drive. It'll be just like blowed over in a, you know, blew over in the thing and then have said, right, that's your points on your license. Like, don't dox my dad's car. I mean, I don't know. Did I just dox my dad's car? I don't know if he's still got the same car. Well, he obviously hasn't still got the same car. This is ages ago. Oh, you mean taking the photos? Yeah, taking the photos. Don't dox my dad's car. But, like, what are we at now? What are we at? They need Mental Health Monday. They seriously need Mental Health Monday, don't they? Like, we're at this. So this is their Spanners again, is it? We're at the Spanners, because the last people to do this were Alan Spanners. Like, and we know who it is, because no one else is motivated to do this. They've been in my chat today. They're all eggy about it. I can't go in Trisha's chat anymore and talk to anyone. Like, I noticed I was still a member of her fucking thing. I had to cancel that. Fucking taking my monies. Like, I've not been banned for drink driving. I'm sorry that my dad has. I'm sure he learned his lesson. Like, what? And what does it mean Eddie was right as well? Like, didn't Eddie say something about my dad wasn't able to drive or something? And I was like, what's he talking about? Because this is, like, my dad's been able to drive for fucking ages. Like, I don't know exactly, you know, all the ins and outs of it. Like, he's driving, it's not that he's currently driving around with no license. That's ridiculous. I would think so, Joe. That's my opinion. I would think they're the ringleaders and they've motivated these others to sort of get so eggy that they perform their bidding. Like, you know, it's classic sort of Mean Girls behaviour, isn't it? I would think so. Andy more the group side of things with the Discord, and the beneficiaries are the people. Like, I don't know if Trisha was motivated to be part of this early doors or anything, or like if she's been interested in, like, you know, her end of it. Ultimately though, like, you know, benefiting quite a lot from it financially at the moment, isn't she? And is encouraging it and perpetuating it and hosting it on her page, basically, I guess. I mean, like, this is now, that's harassment as well, because that's my dad, yeah, and like, we've already been to the police with the harassment because the Allen people, so now we're getting harassed. So the police will get involved again. Like, oh yeah, Curtis got banned off my he got banned off my Super Chuffer channel. He turned up the other day while we were doing a thing, and I was just like, I can't have you here because of your content. Like, I'm not doing it. You can't go and harass fucking people at their workplace and immigrants in their hotels, and then that's your channel. Like, that's fucking awful. Fucking harassment, yeah. I'm disappointed in that, but like, should we get the picture of me in my dress again? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't think anyone would. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what's the other thing is, right? What's the bad thing? Like, what's the big bad thing there then? So now, I suppose you should all stop watching my streams because my dad once got done for drink driving. So you should all. I'm probably a bad person. Oh no, I'm probably a bad. Like, what the fuck is this? I once wore a dress. Posted it on the internet. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you know what I mean? And these were all people that I was positive about, and, you know, I'm still not, like, being drawn into giving everyone the lickings of a dog here. Like, oh, he said some names and he said bad things about numerology. Yeah, but that's your choice to do that. Like, numerology is your business if you want to do it. Like, people have got opinions about it. Like, I'm not going around slandering people and saying people are bad people. I don't know any of these people, really. Like, I've never met any of them. Right. They could be great. They could be bad. I don't know. I fucking see what's going on. Like,
Joe will know as well. Like, there's a point where you just let it go. You just don't say anything. You just ignore it because, like, fuck what you're gonna do. Like, go around and beat everyone up. Like, you know, it's stupid, isn't it? Like, but there's a line, like, you know, talking about sort of concepts of masculinity earlier, and like there's a line where, like, I keep saying line in the sand because I think there's a line drawn where you think I'm just going to say something here and just say it as it is. I'm not going to lose my top. I'm not going to blow my temper. I'm just going to say it as it is, lose my temper, blow my top. I'm not going to do that. And, like, just, you know, face it head on, I guess. Yeah. All right. I don't have much more to say tonight about any of that. So what I'm going to do is just play a couple of songs that are fun before we go. And then I'm going to go. And it's been a really weird battery exhausted. I'll probably leave it up because I don't want to be seen as disingenuous myself. Like, you know, you'll say something and you'll take it down. You'll hide it as members. But also in the long run, we all know this is not good content for my channel. Now, I'm the drama, and that's, like, you know, something I want to engage in. No thanks. So I will be taking this video down and making it members only later. And people will say bad things about me, whatever the fuck I do, won't they? People will say bad things about me, whatever I do.
A chauffeur is the boss. Alan found out and it cost him his YouTube. See what fools do when they don't be truthful. Knocks will use you, but only if you are useful. Chauffeuring is crucial. You needed me to defeat the evil. Bing Bing is dead, but there are devils still dancing. The chauffeurman comes and keeps advancing. Dancing loud if you are alive and living. Eddie's so mad he end up committing. He's twisted, he's a sickie. Loves to give you flicky and kissing. Chauffeurman is the boss. Eddie, you lost on day one. The chauffeurman is the boss, and you can't match the action you lost. Take pot shots with do-wats, but you got nothing. Spot drops pops that get the blood rocking. It's shocking that you come up against a proper rapper with your pants down. Get back to New Zealand, there's no demand for your crap now. You clown, you got banged by the chopper, slammed by the chopper. Best stuff you do is blind next to chopper. Soul spies, you can't stand with a chopper. You get banned from the chopper if you can't play nicely. You're once a week, wheat tea and muffins. Chopper is twice a night, giving you a stuffing. Think I'm bluffing, I'm holding all aces. You ain't going nowhere, but you talking casings. Biden Manning is a racist. Luke sucks the Masons.
Stay Happy sent tippies. Be grateful the trash took itself out. Let them close the door on the way out. Good riddance. Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Thanks. I don't want to turn it into a war. I'm not at war with those people. I was very gracious. Just, they could go, you know. Never started this, never pushing it. Happy, thank you, yeah. We're not going to be continuing on, like, don't expect to see lots of content on here about this, like.
John Wedger is a Satanist, shouts out to blank faces. The chopper man is the boss. Eddie, you lost on day one. The chopper man is the boss. Eddie, you lost on day one. The chopper man is the boss, and you can't match the action you lost. You're mashing on potato rusty. You're trashing, I'm far too costly. I'm fresh green, you're moist and mossy. Wake up to the coffee, scotch hot, and you lost. The chopper man is the boss. Eddie, you lost on day one. The chopper man is the boss, and you can't match the action you lost. You're mashing on potato rusty. Or maybe that's Brandon.
I'm trying to find the good one. Wow.
It's fine, I'm not having a breakdown. Oh wow, everything. Wow. It's fine, I'm not having a breakdown. Oh wow, everything.
I've done too many songs.
Wow. Everything's fine, I'm not having a breakdown. Oh wow. Wow. Everything's fine, I'm not having a breakdown. Oh wow. Everything's fine, I'm not having a breakdown.
Cares to fetch me a Sara Lee. Your dad's not happy with me. Steve, get off the internet. He gets upset when he's on streams. Has he been having the gin? Is he gambling on the phone apps again? such a nightmare. We've been cursed with this disgrace for a father. I wish he wasn't my dad. I can't believe my mom had sex with this man. Oh, he's got his list, sex mad, Valen, cartoon lady. I think you'll go through them all. Found your video, set him off again, and he's really going ham up the wall. Gang stalkers are talking about what a noncer he is. He is. He is. Oh, so he is. They're talking about what a noncer he is. He is. Oh, he's such a nightmare. We've been cursed with this disgrace for a father. I wish he wasn't my dad. I can't believe my mom had sex with this man. Oh, am I the product of some horrible sex crime? Here is your Sarah Lee, you nasty pig man. Stick it up, you stupid bumble. Never touch me again. Snooky, Snooky, Snow. Oh, he's such a nightmare. We've been cursed with this disgrace for a father. I wish he wasn't my dad. I can't believe my mom had sex with this man. Oh, he's such a nightmare. We've been cursed with this disgrace for a father. I wish he wasn't my dad. I can't believe my mom had sex with this man. Oh, he's such a nightmare. We've been cursed with this disgrace for a father.
And we'll finish with our best sleepy song from Alan. This is a sleepy song about Alan. Again, it's going to sound really bad, like I'm calling him a noncer. But, you know, make up your own fucking minds. It's not a big deal in the big scheme of things anyway, is it? Unless you make it into a massive fucking drama show. So we'll finish on this, and then I'll jump over to Twitch, where I'll play some of that Genshin Impact game, and people can accuse me of being a paedophile. Thank you everyone for being supportive. I understand there's going to be a divide in the community, and that some people are going to feel like aggressively like defending the other team or whatever. I encourage you not to get involved with all that bollocks, and as you've encouraged me to rise above it, we'll all just rise above it together. Super chuff for the channel itself. I'm not going to deign to talk about it. I didn't want to deign to talk about this here. I only ever talked about it on Twitch because I was with friends having a chat about stuff, but I really just think this is like, you know, a bit of a big nothing burger, although possibly expect worse, more crying and rattle throwing and, you know, accusations and allegations from the other side. Who knows? But I would encourage us all just to get on with like going forward positively ourselves. And yeah, well, I'm going to leave. I would encourage it to be left here, but you know, you can't predict what other people are going to do. I didn't predict that they were going to turn around and defend Alan in public and try and distance themselves from anything that's happened that they were part of. Maybe it's just in fear that he will sue people. I don't fear that, you know, but I'm not happy with it. I've not been happy with it, but it's not determining my life, and it shouldn't determine yours either. And I'm sorry that it goes on. But as I said to people in the early stages, like Karen, who came to me and talked to me about it, I can't control it or do anything about it. It's going to happen. It's people, it's them. So I'm not going to get involved and try and behind the scenes. Like, they're all cross at me for not replying to messages. Would they have preferred it if I was a million messages to everyone behind the scenes? I think it's better that I don't. I'd rather not be. So we'll finish on the Alan Sleepy song. Good nights, everyone. And if you can't be good, you're naughty.
Thank you for the cocoa, Alan. It's time to go to bed. I'm feeling tired, day almost done. Can you stop putting your fingers near to my bum. I'm feeling sleepy, this is a cozy place. Little Alan, did you just lick my face? I'm rolling over and going to sleep. Please will you not be touching my feet? I've had my cocoa and snuggled into it. Will you stop stroking my hair? Alan, I know you said you mean me no harm, but will you please let go of my arm? I know you said you are missing her, but I'm not Nicole Kessinger. I'm feeling tired, the day almost done. Can you stop putting your fingers near to my bum? I'm feeling sleepy, this is a cozy place. Ew, Alan, did you just lick my face? I'm rolling over and going to sleep. Please will you not be touching my feet? I've had my cocoa and snuggled into it. Will you stop stroking my hair? Alan, I know you said you mean me no harm, but will you please let go of my arm? I know you said you are missing her, but I'm not Nicole Kessinger. I'm feeling tired, the day almost done. Can you stop putting your fingers near to my bum? What is this in my cocoa? Is that drugs? I'm feeling sleepy. Stop breathing on me, Alan. Is that tramadol? I'm not Nicole Kessinger. No, no, no. No, 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 no. A Kessinger kissing you.
Right, that's the end of that. I was going to do the narcissism test. I really want to do the narcissism test, but does that make me a massive narcissist? Make it all about me again? Make it all about me? They're all fucking talking about me. Like, they fucking make it about me. Pity party. Should I do the narcissist test? I really want to do the narcissist tests. They're on the internet. I want to take them and be like, these are my honest answers, and just whatever comes out, comes out. And if it says I'm a narcissist, I'll take it. Fuck it. But like, I don't think I am. But I think if I do the narcissist test, they'll say that you're doing the narcissist test to prove you're not a narcissist, which proves you're a narcissist. I don't think I can ever win. I need to get my dress out. Where's my dress? Oh, I love that dress. It's so silky. Get that rubbed on me. I love it. It's so silky. I'm such a bad person. I'm such an evil, bad person. I mean, come on.